Please don't spoil the movie.
By adding your own soundtrack. And we're back. Hello.
Woo-hoo.
Hi. Welcome back. I am Morpheus.
Okay. My name is Anakin Skywalker.
That's a good one. And welcome back to Please Don't Spoil the Movie. A podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Upon occasion.
Yes. Sorry, guys. We skipped last week. We had a death in the family, and we needed to take off.
There's a lot going on.
We needed to take a mental health week.
Mental health week off. They're
Yes.
necessary.
Yes. So, but now we're back, and we're here. We're here to show you things and teach you things, movies that hopefully you've seen.
I hope you're here to learn something.
Yeah, I hope
today.
I hope you learned something today about damn
Put your
time.
listening ears on. What's going on? What's going on with you?
Well, today me, my brother, my grandmother, my mother just came back from Arkansas, from a funeral. So we just got back in today. So, that's been the high for today. I drove some, got everyone there safely. And
You're talking very chipper about a death. You're like, oh my god, I drove.
I don't know. I guess it was a much needed break, from work, because I took off Thursday, Friday. I feel rejuvenated. It was actually a really nice funeral. No one
Our uncle
passed
died
away from cancer. They kind of saw it coming, but it was a very nice funeral. It was everyone was wasn't sad or anything. Everyone was just gathered around. Old friends saw each other, got to meet a lot of people.
Right.
It wasn't we didn't have a long.
Yeah, it wasn't a shock to anybody.
Yeah, it wasn't a long 2-3 hour service where everyone sat around and cried. It was just family came together, we hung out. It was it was a good time. I hate to say it, but I don't know.
Not you hate to say it.
Well, I had a great time at the funeral.
Oh.
That type of vibe.
Well, it was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So
under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances.
I
yes.
unfortunately couldn't be there because I wasn't able. It was a 7-hour drive. Had practice that night. Game that same weekend. It just
too
wasn't
much.
in the cards.
Yes.
Unfortunately. But I'm glad you guys were able to make it.
Yeah. Besides Momo driving us up the wall.
As per
good.
usual.
Yeah.
That's our grandmother.
Yes.
She's old and senile.
So, have you been up to anything else while I've been away?
No. The only thing I've really been watching, bravo, is Below Deck.
Oh, you watched it?
Sailing Yacht.
You've watched it?
I'm watching the season that just finished. Yeah.
What episode are you on?
I don't know, 14. I don't know how many episodes there are.
Oh, so are you watching the current season? I'm sorry.
This is the most recent season. It's no longer airing. It's off. They did the reunion and everything.
Oh, okay.
This is the most recent season.
So this is the episode where the girl...
Where Daisy hooks up with Colin.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not doing Sailing Yacht. What's the one?
I'm doing Sailing Yacht.
Oh, is it Down Under? What's the one
Are you talking about where he gets into that girl's room?
Yeah.
He's naked? Yeah, that's Down Under.
Oh, okay. With
Can't even think about those yet. I gotta finish Sailing Yacht here. I gotta catch up with
Good
that.
for you for watching all of them, because there's so many at this point.
It's only 4.
4 different shows?
No. Oh, 4 seasons of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Yeah, there's too many Below Decks.
Yeah.
They do not need to come out with another one.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to watch them
Below
all.
Deck Med, Below Deck Sailing Yacht, Below Deck Down Under, Below Deck Adventure. Please do not make another one.
I know, hopefully not. But I do want to see the one with Asia. Cause I really like her.
Yeah, I do want to watch that one because I love her.
She's Chief Stew, and I just love the way she talks.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. She just talks so cute. I love her.
Yeah, she's
Positive energy.
adorable.
But I finally sat down and watched Parasite.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When?
I sat
Where?
down. I think it was a weekend or 2 ago.
What is it on?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. It was sad, but good. It ended kind of did oh, dang. Man.
Is it Squid Games?
No. It's just a poor family. One of the sons start working for the rich family, and then they strategically get there's 4 of them, every member of their family to work for the rich family.
Oh.
But the rich family doesn't know they're all related type thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then things go awry, but it was really good.
I do want to watch it.
Yeah.
And I also need to watch the All Things Everywhere Happening at Once.
You haven't watched that yet?
No.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that's on.
Hey, you know what else I want to watch?
Showtime.
Joyride.
Yes, I don't think I saw anything yet.
The Asian films have got me in a chokehold, and I haven't even watched them
Yeah,
yet.
I can't wait for that to come out.
I think it's out already.
Well, for free on one of the apps. Right. On one of the apps that we're paying for, or parents are paying for. But yeah, I'm ready for that one. That's gonna be a fun one to watch.
I'm here for the Asian.
The film. Yes, but
take over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Everything Everywhere All at Once is on Showtime. Parasite's on HBO Max, and we're just waiting. We need for Joe White to come out.
Everything All at Once or whatever is on HBO. Not that it.
Yeah.
Who cares? I just need to watch it.
And then I also watch. They clone Tyrone. How
was that?
That was good. We watched it too late, so we watched the second part the next day. But I thought it was really good.
Wait, what do you mean you watched it too late?
You started the movie. It wasn't actually kind of a long movie.
the movie has 2 parts.
No, it's like a 2-hour movie, and I was like, I'm not gonna finish it. But it was good. Jamie Foxx, amazing job. I don't know the main guy's name.
What's the movie about? They cloned Tyrone.
So it's like there's a secret government lab that's cloning black people type thing, and you gotta figure out why.
Okay, sounds about white.
Yeah, sounds about white. It was really good. It was like a serious. What's that movie? Undercover Brother. It was like a serious Undercover Brother type. It was giving, and everyone was just wearing like, I didn't know what time period it was supposed to be. I was like, is this present day or is this in the past? It was like the time period was a little off, but they were dressing like it was the 70s, but I don't know. It was kind of confusing.
The cloning expert gives the future.
Yeah, it was like it was confusing things going on, but yeah, it was good.
Interesting.
What else did I watch?
I still add that to my list too.
Yeah. But I finally watched Parasite. I'm finally so glad to cross it off my list. But you have to like pay attention because there's no dub. There's none of that.
There's none?
No.
You just got son of a gun.
You gotta read those subtitles.
Oh, right.
You have to really pay attention. Which
is hard for me.
Yeah. You can't, no phone.
Oh my god. Me watching something and not looking at my phone, that's next to impossible.
And like even every time I looked at my phone, I was like, let me go wind it because I need to hear everything they're saying.
Because you never know.
But yeah.
All right. Oh, gosh.
Anything else?
That is all I have. My first game is tomorrow. Woo!
Preseason game.
Saints
versus the
Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh my god, if I see Travis Kelce.
Kiki was saying that she loves Travis Kelce. And I was like, oh, that's Jade's friend.
Who's Kiki?
Kiki Riri Nunu.
Yeah. Our cousins.
Yes.
If I freaking see Travis Kelce, I will lose my shit. I will.
Well, I mean, you obviously will see him.
I know, but if I see him super close, I'm gonna be like, hey.
Do you ever see the players up close? It's not a stupid question to ask, but I don't know.
I mean, like on the field, yeah.
Yeah.
We're like feet away from them.
I don't know. It's so far.
Sometimes when we're like on the field early in the morning practicing our routine, sometimes they'll be on there like stretching or something.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
But baby, if I see Travis Kelce, I will pass out. Oh my god! I will have a heart attack. You know what's really gonna piss me off? I don't think they do this with, like, the NFL, but I know that, not the MLB, NBA does this. Like, sometimes, like, certain games, like, let's say if, the, Green Bay? No, not Green Bay. What am I saying?
They won't play their starting lineup.
Yeah, they won't. Thank you. What's the team that Steph Curry plays for? Golden State.
You're thinking of
State. Yeah, like they like if they're playing someone like the Pelicans or something like that, they won't put out Steph.
Yeah, they won't.
So I hope they don't do that this game. I hope they bring out Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I don't think like the NFL really does that.
Yeah, I feel like they will. Maybe they won't play the whole game.
Yeah, like if they're like have a slight injury, like sometimes they'll preserve their bodies.
Yeah,
like our star players might not play either. I don't know. We'll see. I hope they play him.
Yeah, I think they will. Probably not. Maybe not the whole game, if anything. But probably. I don't know what his position is. So
he is a wide receiver.
Oh yeah, I don't know what they do.
Me neither. But
yes. Do you want to tell her what movie we're talking about today, Jade?
The height, the pinnacle of 90s teenage coming of age romantic comedies. Think the pinnacle, the height of it. We're at the height of it.
Peaking.
The peak. Think high school. Think most popular guy in school. Think most popular girl in school. Think the perfect equation for a perfect teenage movie. A makeover. A prom.
Oh.
A house party. Think the real world.
And a graduation.
A graduation for a little razzle dazzle.
Mm-hmm.
Think the real world. Think gorgeous, amazingly, ridiculously attractive people all in one movie.
Oh, yes.
Think movie that was based on a play and now it's a movie. Think awkward girl. Think hot guy. Think sports. Think deception, deceit. Think bets. Think liars. Think falling in love. Think Gabrielle Union. And that brings us to, drumroll please. She's all that.
One of Jade's most favorites.
Oh my God. I don't, we've done She's the Man. And, that's literally Love She's the Man is launched Channing Tatum. Literally could watch it in my sleep, recite it in my sleep, love it, backwards, forwards, upside down, rewind, twist it around, put it in a blender, love it. I don't know. She's all that. There's just, it's so good. I think this one, it's just so perfectly handcrafted.
I will say after watching it this time, I did find a new love for it.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you. Because last time when we were talking about John Tucker Must Die, you were talking about how you didn't like She's All That. And I really thought that
it wasn't my favorite, but after watching it again this time, I was like, okay, this movie's not that bad.
Yeah, it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty good.
It is. I think this is the one. Like when we think of 90s, early 2000s coming of age teenage movies, this is the one. This is the one. This is the blueprint. 10 Things I Hate About You, a close second. But this,
yes, that's what I was like. Okay,
this is the one. Mm-hmm. It has it all of it.
And a movie. I love a movie with a bet.
We can't go wrong.
Yes, you
can't go wrong. Okay, let's begin. Summary. High school hotshot Zach Siler, played by Freddie Prinze Jr., is the most popular boy in school. But when his girlfriend and female counterpart, Taylor Vaughn, Judy Lynn O'Keefe, breaks up with him for sleazy reality television star Brock Hudson, played by Matthew Lillard, Zach claims that Taylor is replaceable and makes a bet with his frenemy, Dean, played by Paul Walker, the most handsome man to ever live on this entire earth, claims that he can turn any girl into the prom queen. Both accept the bets and its terms, and Dean ultimately chooses Laney Boggs, played by Rachel Lee Cook, an awkward and unpopular art student, to Zach's bet.
There we go. Solid plot.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Fun facts. The film is directed by Robert Iscove and written by R.L. Flemings Jr. It was released January 29th, 1999. And budget.
$30 million.
No.
That's too low.
It's entirely too high. It's the 90s.
Okay.
It's just a teen movie.
$15 million.
Better.
$10 million?
Yes. $7 to $10 million was
that's
the budget.
it?
Yes. Box office.
$50 million.
No. How dare you?
Oh, okay. $80 million.
No.
100?
$103 million.
Baby, that's a profit.
Yes, it sure is. The music. The movie was a box office hit. It received mixed reviews by critics. It only has a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What do they know?
Which is absurd. But you know what? It only matters what the people think. And the people loved it. Because the money don't lie. The numbers don't lie.
The checks that they cash doesn't give a damn what you think.
The film is a modern-day adaptation of the play Pygmalion, which is based off of the film My Fair Lady.
Which we also talked about in
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
Okay. So instead of making... In Pygmalion, he makes her, smart or something?
I don't know.
And so,
Pygmalion, he tries to,
educate her?
Yeah, she's like a poor little street girl. And he tries to, turn into a lady.
Yeah, okay. But she's making her popular. Okay.
Yeah. Turns her into prom queen.
Got it.
Cast. Freddie Perez. Is it Perez? Why do I want to say Perez? It's not. Prince. I never heard of it. Is it Prince? Freddie Perez.
I always say Prince. I don't.
There's no C. Freddie Prez. I just say it really fast so nobody understands. Yeah. Freddie Prez Jr. as Zach Siler.
This man has a hold on me. I think he is
super hot. Like, what do you mean? Duh. He has a hold on everybody.
I don't know. It's just like he's such a baby face. I don't know. He's so handsome.
Yeah, ridiculously.
I can't stop looking at him.
And he looks like he would be so kind.
So kind.
Just like a sweetheart.
Right.
Handsome guy.
Ugh. Gorgeous.
Rachel Lee Cook as Laney Boggs.
Laney.
Matthew Lillard as Brock Hudson.
Brock.
You know, the reality TV star from the real world who Taylor ends up dating. Paul Walker as Dean Sansom Jr., the hottest man to ever walk the face of the earth. For those of you who don't know, Paul Walker tragically passed away in 2003 in a car accident. It was the saddest day of my life. Judy Lynn O'Keefe as Taylor Vaughn, the most popular girl in school who breaks up with Zach. Kevin Pollak as Wayne Boggs. Okay, Laney's daddy. Kieran Culkin, the lesser Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's little brother, as Simon Boggs. Eldon Hansen as Jesse. Jackson, that is Laney's best friend who's a loser, also with her. Usher Raymond as Campus DJ.
Usher.
Campus DJ. Kimberly, Little Kim Jones, my spirit animal. This is a star-studded cast.
It is.
I haven't even gotten to Gabrielle Union yet.
Right, it really is.
Like, heavy hitters. You have Paul Walker. You've got Usher. You've got Little Kim. You've got Freddie Prinze Jr.
Gabrielle.
And you got Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union is like the 8th lead in this movie.
Yes.
It's the 8th lead.
I really appreciate that Gabrielle Union was able to continue her career as an actress. Because, I mean, a lot of background characters. She was playing a lot, back in her day, she was playing a lot of, like, background characters. Yeah.
And like, just like, you're the 12th most important character.
And somehow she made it to be
who she is.
Congratulations, girl.
Yes, correct. Little Kim, who is literally my spirit animal. If for those of you who don't know, and I don't think many of you do, I am Little Kim's number one fan. I love her. So I know every song. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
What made you research
glad you asked. You know, I was in college. It was during the hype of like the Little Kim Nicki Minaj beef. You know they have
kind of was like who started the way.
Yeah. And I really couldn't understand why Little Kim had such like beef with Nicki Minaj. I'm like, lady, no one even knows who you are anymore. You're like famous 20 years ago. Like, what's the beef?
Famous.
Then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to her music. Then it all made sense. And I was like, oh, I get it now. Listening to it, I was like, I don't really hear it anymore. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh, yeah, Nicki Minaj literally stole Little Kim's sound.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When I first started listening to music. Now I don't really think it anymore. But when I first started listening to music, I was like, oh, I get why she hates her. And then I was like, this woman is fantastic. I was like, oh, my God, every song. 5 freaking stars. I love her.
Okay.
I don't know who I love more, Little Kim or Gabrielle Union, because I love both of them. For those of you who don't know, I read her memoir, Gabrielle Union's memoir. Fantastic.
I was about to say Little Kim. I was about to say, Little Kim got a memoir, girl?
No, Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
We're going to need more wine. If you haven't read it, definitely read it. Okay. So Little Kim as Alex Chastain Sawyer. Let's see.
Gabrielle Union. Do the Gabrielle.
Okay. Gabrielle Union as Katrina Katie Darlington, and Dual Hill as Preston, the black guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and Tamara Mello as Chandler, one of the other Taylor Vaughn's, like, other little friends. And then, yeah, that's about it. Okay, so let's, I was able to find a little bit, not too much, about who, was up for the role, yada, yada, yada. So, besides Rachel Lee Cook, who plays Laney, the producers considered Lily Shabosky.
Do I know her?
She is LD's and Never Been Kissed. The nerdy friend. Come on, we literally
Never Been Kissed.
Movie. We literally just did
LD. Oh, okay, yes, it's the blonde girl.
Yes. So they considered her, which I could definitely see. Mina Savari, I don't know. She's in American Pie, American Beauty. She's in a lot of American.
The blonde one?
Yeah, and then she's in Sugar and Spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see it. Actually, no, I can't. She has the mean look, but she doesn't have like the nerdy, awkward look to me. And then also Jordana Brewster. Brewster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the chick who's in Fast and the Furious, who is actually Paul Walker's, love interest, girlfriend, wife, future baby mama in the films. Okay.
Oh yes.
Her.
Sorry, I'm like going all the way south.
You're going all around the earth.
I'm going
just have
all
to go
around
to Louisiana.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going everywhere.
Yeah.
It didn't help because I just watched the movie yesterday, and I was just like, oh, I forgot Eva was in this movie, and she's one of his love interests.
That's
okay.
number 2. We're on number 1 here.
Yeah, technically number 3, but yes.
No, she's in number 1.
Eva? Oh yes.
No, Eva Mendes is in the second one.
Well, I mean, if you count Tokyo Drift.
Why are we counting Tokyo Drift?
Because it's on Fast and Furious.
But we're only talking about the first 2. Eva Mendes is in the first one, and then Jordania or whatever, she's in the... I mean, Eva Mendes is the second one. Jordania or whatever, she's in the first one.
Yes. Yeah. But I was saying I just watched the third one.
Oh, you watched the third one. Okay.
And I saw Eva,
okay, thank
and that's
you.
what I was thinking of.
Is she in the third one?
She's in... I'm counting Tokyo Drift as the second one. But yes, the one where...
Oh, shit, okay.
She's in the third one.
Gotcha. I think she's in the fourth one, too. I haven't seen the fourth one in forever. Anywho, the director also considered Josh Hartnett as, the role of Zach. Do you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Think that movie 40 Days and 40 Nights.
The black... Wait, no.
No. With
He has like
Harbor.
a strong face.
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Him.
he's like the messy one to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think he could have played Dean. I don't know about that.
No, he's definitely main character,
Okay.
heartthrob guy.
Oh, okay. I don't like his face. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want him for the role, but if he's gonna play the role, he's gonna play that one. So the director also considered him, and then the director said he considered pretty much anybody who was young and hot and was the star of a TV show.
He said, I didn't care. The men I didn't care about.
He's like, I really didn't give shit. As long as they were young and hot.
Yeah, it's so easy for men. He's just like, I need a young, hot man.
Guy who's popular.
Women, they have to act, be young, and be hot.
Yes. Everybody on the set was pretty much in love with Paul Walker, obviously.
Not Freddie?
I mean, come on.
Left.
If I'm they're both gorgeous. But if I'm looking at one, I'm gonna be like, what?
I'm going for Freddie.
I'm saying everybody, but the two that really only said it was Gabrielle Union and the lady who plays Taylor, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe.
Yeah.
They were like, he was so hot. What else? The movie premiered on the anniversary of Freddie Prinze's father's death. Because apparently his dad was an actor,
I'm sure,
/ comedian. So he's
everyone's a nipple baby, man.
And guess the cause of death.
Oh my god!
I know, right?
This sounds
dark.
This sounds like a setup. Suicide?
Yes. I was like, I just thought it was very fascinating. I was like, oh my god, so interesting. Yeah, he killed himself. I don't think he was like super successful, and then like he went to the hospital, was on life support, and they took him off life support. But he was only a baby.
Oh, he wasn't super successful with his
attempt.
Oh, okay.
So then he went on life support, and they took him off life support.
How old was he?
He was 10 months old.
Oh, Freddie Jr. was 10 months old. Oh.
Isn't that crazy? Crazy.
It is crazy. Oh.
And then so apparently, since the movie premiered on the anniversary of his father's death, he was like, Freddie Prinze Jr. was like, I felt really weird about going to the premiere. I almost didn't go. And then he said in the article that I was reading that he's only seen the film once because of that. Oh. I don't know how accurate that is. I was like, I don't know how long ago that was to where you've only watched the movie once. But he said he couldn't really enjoy it, which is sad. Also very interesting, M. Night Shyamalan is allegedly considered to be the ghostwriter for the film.
I heard. I saw that. I didn't see the whole film, but I saw parts of the film, and I'm assuming it's probably the best parts. I'm not sure what parts.
So, in some interview, he said, he was like, I wrote the film. And then the guy who's credited as writing the film, what's his name, written by R. Lee Fleming Jr., was like, no, that's not true. And then some guy who who's like the producer, was basically like, well, they both kind of wrote it. So Flemings wrote the original script, and then M. Night Shyamalan basically like came in and like cleaned it up.
Okay.
And then he added the scene in the film, the art scene where he does like the hacky sack crap.
Oh,
that was M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. only him.
Right, only M. Night Shyamalan.
Only one person can write stuff like that, because
Right.
I would have not even thought.
And then the part, I think he also helped with a lot of integrating like the father's role into it. Like I didn't think he was really super present in the film, and then they added more of him in there. Yeah. The part where she's like, "Am I a freaking bat?" He wrote that apparently. And then like the pop culture stuff was kind of like the other dude.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess.
So it was a mixture of pop culture, which made the film iconic, with like really in depth. Smart, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
Shyamalan
symbolism that really makes the movie deep.
Which I think that whole freaking art scene was weird.
Oh, I love the hacky. I like the hacky sack.
But the stuff before.
Oh hell yeah, very weird.
People and the guy in his tidy whities. I was like, what is this?
Oh yes, very weird. But the hacky sack really showed a lot with this character.
It did, I guess. And then Matthew Lillard, who plays Brock Hudson, the guy who's on The Real World, he's demanded a personal trainer before signing because, he was kind of a little bit bigger. He had done Scream and everything.
He was thicker in Scream?
No, I said bigger. Bigger, I meant in, like, popularity.
Oh, okay.
So he could have demands.
Okay,
he could show up and be like, hey, I want this. Because he was going to be shirtless in one of the scenes, and he was like, I want to look bigger. And they're like, okay, fine. Whatever. So they gave him a personal trainer. Then the song, Kiss Me. I love it. Kiss Me upon the na-na-na-na. By the...
Your beats a lot.
By the Sixpence, I don't even know. Hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yes, honey.
After being featured in the movie, thanks to the film.
You're
welcome.
After the film I watched, I was like, I have to play the song. They're in the music video too.
Oh, are they really?
Freddie and his love interest. What's her name?
Rachel. Something Cook.
There's like parts from the movie and like them in it, like part of the music video. Bring that back. I miss when like
I know.
I miss when like
when a movie, when a movie had a song attached to it, and the people from the movie were in the music video,
or like clips of the movie.
Yes,
bring that back.
We don't do that anymore.
We don't do that. The closest thing we had recently was Barbie with Nicki Minaj, but that was even like. They didn't have images from Barbie or the cast in it, but I want that back.
Lame.
Bring it back, Hollywood.
Yeah. Let's go back to our roots.
Back to our roots.
Okay, and that's a bit all I got.
All right.
Oh, and I also read sorry, I forgot one thing. The girl who plays Taylor Vaughn and Little Kim, apparently they got like super tight. They were like titty tight when filming. Nice. And then like on the first day of filming, Little Kim showed up in like a stretch limo and like diamonds and jewelry.
Yes, work. She's like, I actually have money, everyone.
They're like, whoa.
I love
that. Whoa.
Oh, I love that.
And then I think the director, at the time, he didn't know like, I think he like knew she was a rapper, but he didn't know how like big of a celebrity she was until like after the fact when he like
Right. People were like, and you have a little kid probably when he started doing interviews and stuff and press tours. He's like, oh, this girl's an icon.
I don't know who you got in your film, sir.
I guess. I would give it's a different time. White people and black people didn't mix and no internet, so he probably
I guess. You gotta put some respect on Lil' Kim's name.
Right.
Okay.
Let's dive in.
I'm about to dive in.
Yeah. So the movie begins with our main character, Laney, who's
Boggs.
Who's in her basement working on her art because she's an art student and she loves that crap. She's the caretaker of our home. The mom's dead. And we see
typical. I like we always see the dead mother. We've got another one.
Yes. So she's waking up her brother because it's time to go to school. Let's go. So at school, we meet the big man on campus, Zach Siler, who meets up with his best friends, Dean and Preston.
And he's walking around campus. He's walking through the halls. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's Zach. He's looking at pictures of himself on the wall. Like he's the most popular guy in school.
Part of the reason why I could never get into this movie.
Because of...
Not another teenage movie.
I honestly feel like we should do that movie next.
Oh, do you want to?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Okay, great. Great.
That'd be hilarious. We should.
Yeah.
That we probably won't give it justice. It's so freaking hilarious.
Right.
But literally,
We won't do it justice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
try
fine.
our best.
but in case you don't know, it's like a what do you call it?
A spoof?
A spoof of a couple different movies, but mainly this movie.
And it's fantastic.
And then every time I see a part in this movie that they make fun of, I'm just like, I just see not another teenage movie. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
But it's the part when Zach is looking at a picture of himself. I'm like, not another because whatever.
But so yeah, he's walking through
a hot guy on
campus.
campus.
He's a hot guy.
He's calling people the wrong name. They don't care because he's hot.
because he's speaking to them. It doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
We're just happy he's looking in our direction.
Hottie patati.
So then he meets up with Dean and Preston. Dean is played by Paul Walker, the sexiest man alive, and he's talking about how he boned a flight attendant in the air on the way to Cancun, and they're like, "You're lying." And he's like, "I'm telling the truth." And then they're just like walking, and Zach's like, "Has it occurred to you guys that they're in their senior year?" Zach brings up there's only 2 months, 6 weeks. No, not even 2 months, 6 weeks.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Why even come back to school?
Right. They just came back from spring break.
Is there spring break in a weird time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, yeah.
It just seems
Well,
like.
no, that seems about right. March, and then you get out in May.
Okay, I guess so.
Yeah. So they just came back from spring break. Zach's walking with Dean and Preston. He's like, "Has it occurred to you guys that we only have 6 weeks left in our high school careers?" And Dean's like, "Every 5 minutes."
And then Laney's best friends pull up, Katie and Alex, and Zach is like, "Hey,
Taylor.
oh, what did I say?
Laney.
Oh, yes." So Taylor's best friends, Katie and Alex, pull up, and they're like, and Zach's like, "Hey, where's Taylor? I haven't talked to her since y'all came back from y'all spring break trip," and they went to Daytona Beach, Florida. And then the girls are actually
Why did they all go to the same place?
girl
Like, Zach went skiing
with his family.
Dean went to Cancun. Taylor and them went to Daytona. Like, why don't y'all are all in the same circle.
Yeah.
Y'all all should be going to the same spot. That's how that works.
I think so too. I don't know. I kind of get why Zach went to because it was like a family trip. But like, why
did Dean go to Cancun?
And who did he go to Cancun with?
Right.
Like, did you go by yourself? Did you go with your family?
Preston.
I guess I don't know.
Anywho, so Zach's like, "Where's Taylor?" And they're acting like, they're like, "What? Huh?
Confused,
Taylor? Why?" And then he's
Why?
like, because I haven't seen her since you guys left for Florida. And they're just like, "Huh? Don't know what you're talking about. Who?" And then Taylor emerges. She walks in, stunning, super tall, by the way.
She's very tall.
She walks in.
Super tall, by the way.
Super tall. And she's like, "Does anybody have any gum?" And then Zach walks up to her and he's like, "Hey, Taylor." And she's like, "I have Coke breath. Leave me alone."
He tries to kiss her. She's like,
And she's like, "Skirt, skirt." So then they continue walking. They have like brief conversation as they're walking. And then ultimately she turns to Zach and she's like, "Look, Zach, I love you and all, but this isn't working out. I'm breaking up with you."
record scratch.
In front of everybody.
Fucking everybody. So cut to Zach is talking with Taylor, sitting down at like a bench. And he's like, "So what happened over spring break? Because last time I saw you, we were madly in love, and now you have this new tattoo, and you don't like me no more, and you're trying to break up with me."
So Taylor basically, runs him the story. We have a little flashback moment. Love a flashback. And she takes him back to when they were on spring break in Daytona, Florida. And they ultimately somehow get this invitation to this MTV like party. And what I would love to say is, what I wouldn't give
To do one of those.
to be a college student, not a high schooler, maybe a college student, in like the 90s and experience like MTV's like spring break in Daytona.
Why don't
Florida.
they do that anymore?
Why don't they do that anymore?
Why doesn't
Daytona
MTV
used
do
to be-
anything?
Yeah, why don't they do that anymore? Like, why is that not a thing?
Yeah,
why does MTV not host spring breaks anymore?
Why don't they do anything? Probably because of lawsuits, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
But MTV doesn't do anything.
They do.
MTV
They don't
used
do
to,
anything besides play ridiculousness.
they used to be iconic.
And now they just play freaking Rob Dyrdek
Ugh.
all day.
MTV, try again. Like, what are you guys waiting for?
Try harder.
Or just cancel it. Turn it off.
Or just throw it all the way. Give it all to VH1. Something.
Yes.
But whatever. So they get invited or get, tickets to this like MTV like party, whatever. And Taylor is invited to stand on her own like panel and dance. And this is all like on national television. This airs on TV, and like she was axed and handpicked by the director to stand in the middle of the pool and dance. So she's doing it. Her body looks snatched.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm like,
I hate her.
God damn. Like, her body looks good.
Like, not fat on her.
Like, not even a pinch of fat on her body. And she's, like, dancing, and then while she's dancing, she's about to fall, and she
the water.
Yes, into the pool. And she is caught by no other Brock Hudson from The Real World. And Zach is like, who? He's like, what kind of name is Brock? And she's like, what kind of name is Zach? Brock is from The Real World. And he's like, Zach's like, so Reseda? And she's like, no, you idiot. The Real World, the TV show, season 2, Los Angeles. Hello. And
Zach is like the guy that got kicked out.
Yeah,
no
he was like the dyslexic volleyball player. They kicked him out of the house. And then she was like, who cares? And Taylor's ultimately like, the last couple of days after that were like a blur. We ultimately fell in love and we got matching tattoos. And Zach is like, who are you? And she's like, but it's okay, sweetheart, you know, we'll still go to prom together because obviously we're going to be voted prom king and queen and it only makes sense for us to go together. But she was like, I hope you didn't think you would still think I would go off to college still dating you. And then he has a look of like, well, I actually kind of did.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
Can you blame her? If I went to Florida and I met a semi-celebrity...
I can understand her cheating on him, but I wouldn't have broken up with him behind it. I'd have just like cheated on him and then like went back to reality in life after
in high school.
Like,
I mean, I also wanted to know how old he was because I was kind of confused by the age.
Right. I would hope
he's at least 20. Yeah, she's 18. He's at least
21, 22.
Yeah.
I guess.
So I guess it's okay. But I'm like, I mean, can you blame the girl? She went to Florida, so semi-celebrity is crushing on her.
Right.
He wants to continue this thing.
I don't fault her for hooking up with him.
Yeah.
But she should have just left it in Daytona. What happens in Daytona stays in Daytona.
Uh-huh.
Why you took that back here?
Right, he's going to break up with it
How you going to bring that to somebody else's club? That's sad.
Keep that in Daytona.
Keep that mess in Daytona.
But I appreciate that she's so upfront. She was like, okay, once we get back, I'm bringing... I like that she was like, we're done.
I mean, yeah.
We're done.
This is true. So they break up, and then, you know, she walks off, and then ultimately, literally everybody in the quad area is watching. Everyone sees him get breaking up with.
Yes. So while that's going on, Laney is in her art class, and she's displaying her artwork, and her teacher like walks by, and she's basically not impressed with her.
So they're literally in art class, and if you look around, literally everybody's painting clowns.
Why are those two girls painting clowns?
Everyone, like, yeah, literally everybody's painting clowns.
Is it everyone or just two girls?
Just those two girls.
Okay.
But that's the only artwork we see is their art, and they're painting clowns.
They're both painting clowns, which
and
is
then
very
the
unoriginal.
Like, yeah. And the teacher's like, oh, I love that use of color, Missy. And she's like, thanks. So then the teacher walks over to Laney. We see Laney's artwork. To me, it looks
gorgeous.
like, yeah, it looks like real art. It's very abstract. She's got like pipe cleaners hanging out of it. And like, it's really colorful. It's giving like a, not a Picasso. I don't know. It's giving some kind of artist, but it looks good.
Some kind of art.
And Laney is like looking at her art and she's kind of like admiring it. And then she says something to the effect of like, I read about this riot in Motokushu that represents the pain of everyone who suffered that night. And then the teacher's like, well, that's great, Laney, but what represents you?
What the fucking clown got to do anything?
Oh, these girls.
What the clown got to do
back
anything?
here drawing clowns.
They're both drawing clowns.
They're drawing freaking Pennywise, and this girl is literally painting angst from like a village.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Like, what is wrong with that?
I kind of get the teacher's
If you ask
point.
me, she's ahead of her time.
I kind of get her point. Like, why are you drawing some
that has nothing to do with
you that you've never been?
Never
but what does clown got to do with it? Anything?
What clowns have they experienced? What?
Both of them?
Clownery represents them? Like, what's going on?
And they're both drawing clowns.
And their clowns look the exact same.
That's unoriginal. They're drawing the same thing.
What's the assignment here? To where she's drawing about a riot and these other girls are drawing clowns.
Right, exactly.
Anywho.
Ridiculous.
So then she's like, but what represents you? And then she walks off, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the two girls that are drawing clowns, Missy and Savannah, they walk up to Laney, and they're just, oh my God, they're so full of themselves. And then they're like, Laney, we just kind of feel that, like, no one really appreciates your work. And, me and Savannah, we spent some time in Prague. That's in Spain. And we were at this cafe, and we were talking. And we're talking about, how a lot of artists and their work aren't really appreciated until, post death. And then, we were naming a few of them, like Van Gogh, Pissarro, Basquiat. And, your name came up, and me and Sav, we were talking, we thought. And Sav goes, you should kill yourself.
What?
And then Missy's like, think about it. What?
Because you don't like her art? That she should kill herself?
She's saying there's so many artists that have become famous after they die.
Yes.
And since your art isn't considered good, if you kill yourself, it'll become good. So go ahead and kill yourself. What?
This is a lot. Okay, why did you not like this girl? This is a lot.
But the thing is, I can't determine if they're literally being mean or if they're like just like serious. Like, we think your art's good, but you should kill yourself.
Jake, they're being mean. They're bullying her.
I literally don't think they are. I think she's dead ass serious. I really do.
Jade.
She said it with such conviction. She's like, Basquiat, Van Gogh, Picasso. You should kill yourself.
They're bullying her. They're bullying her. They don't care about her art. They literally just told her in the most like intellectual way to kill yourself.
I guess
they're bullying her in like the worst way, which is not just like, I'm gonna knock your books down. They're like, some artists, and then kill yourself. Like, what? Who bullies like that?
And then Laney's just like sitting there, like,
okay,
so pitiful,
but like
so pitiful. Poor thing.
I think they make fun of Laney because she's poor, and these two girls are rich, which is annoying because they're goth. I know at least one of them is rich.
It doesn't add up.
It's just also just like, what's your hatred for her? She stays to herself. It just has to be her money, because it seems a lot of people at the school are
I guess
rich.
the high school is probably in Beverly Hills,
but also her dad is well to do.
He owns his own company,
but they don't like that. Exactly, they don't like that.
It's a blue collar company.
Yeah, her dad cleans pools. He owns his own company. He pays his own bills.
Right.
But they're like, this is not good enough. You need to work in
I
corporate
honestly
America.
feel like a pool company in Southern California, I feel like they should be
money.
Mega rich.
Right. They probably could be. I mean, sure, they probably could be, but he's probably just like holding on to his money. He's just probably not like flamboyant with his money like these people are.
No, I don't. They're just not rich.
They're middle class.
They're middle class. These people are.
Oh no, yeah, these people are dumb rich. These people own like no, these people. Oh yeah, no, not that rich. I don't think he would ever be that rich, but he's definitely upper middle class.
I wouldn't say upper middle class. They're middle class. But I feel like with the business model that he has, he should be wealthy. Like, I feel like he should have chains, or could have chains, of swimming pool installation companies.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Right.
We're just keeping him at this level.
But anywho, so they tell her to kill herself. And Laney's kind of just like sitting there pitifully. Poor thing.
So school's
next,
mm-hmm.
we hear Usher over the intercom. Yes. He's the campus DJ. That's his title. And he's making school announcements. And over the intercom, we hear him shout out his dog Zach on getting dumped by Taylor Vaughn for Brock.
Hang in there, buddy.
Hold your head high.
Happens to the best of us.
So just in case word wasn't already out, now it's definitely out. So then we see Zach walking, and then Taylor gets picked up by Brock, and we see Brock in person for the first time. He pulls up. He's in like maybe a convertible. I don't know. He's like really loud and obnoxious, and he seems like he's slightly drunk all the time.
Right.
And, they run into each other, they make out, they're fawning all over each other.
What would piss me off is, like, not only you guys making out, the high school girls are flocking to Brock. That would really get me. I'm like, this is too much for me.
Right.
It's too much.
They're not flocking to me anymore.
They're like, oh my God, Brock, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
And then you're making out with my girl.
Literally, poor thing. Poor Zach. So then Zach tries to console himself. He's walking with Dean and Preston. And he's like, Taylor Vaughn is so replaceable. Any girl in the school can be her. He's like, if you strip away the clothes, the makeup, all you have is a girl with a C cup and a C- GPA. And then Dean's like, hold on, I'm not buying what you're selling. He's like, we're talking about Taylor Vaughn here. She's literally the most popular girl in school. Every girl wants to be her, and every guy wants to be with her. And then Preston's like, well, Zach, Dean does have a point. She's basically you, but the female version.
Yes.
And Zach's like, nope. I tell you, my popularity is just so untouchable, so unmatched. You give me any girl and I can turn her into prom queen. And then Dean's like, do I feel a bet coming on? Do I feel a challenge? And these two low-key, like, they have some serious hostility towards each other.
Oh my God, they're the perfect example of frenemies.
Yeah, literally. Like, but I feel like Zach is like, he not really matching Dean's energy. Dean definitely hates.
Oh yeah, Zach doesn't know Dean exists.
Dean literally wants to scalp Zach and wear his skin.
Yes,
but Dean's like, yeah,
oh yeah, I think we're friends, right?
Yeah, we're friends. We're cool.
Zach has no idea what's going on.
Dean's like, I hate you.
Right.
So
he prays every night that he goes away and never comes back.
Right. He literally has nightmares about Zach and dreams about taking his place one day. So, they ultimately make a bet that Zach can turn any girl into prom queen. So as they're making
6 weeks.
In 6 weeks. So as they're making this bet, they're kind of like, scoping the scene. They're looking around at all the girls.
So this is the part in another teenage movie that I always think about.
Not the ponytail!
But it's also like the girl, the albino girl playing the guitar. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's what blind.
She says. She's blind.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't see. She's like singing a song. Oh, yeah. God, that movie is hilarious.
It's hilarious. And it's too close to this film. That's what ruins it for me.
It's so funny. Oh, God. But anywho, and then what's even funny is Preston's in the movie.
Is that him?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure if that was him.
No, it's hilarious.
He plays the black friend.
He plays the black friend in both movies.
It's hilarious.
Oh,
okay.
So funny.
This is the other one. He's a bigger bush. Even bigger afro.
In a even larger black accent. So anywho, after they've made the bet, Dean, Preston, and Zach, they're kind of scoping the scene. Dean's like, what about this one? And Zach's like, no. And then Dean's like, what about that one? And then Zach's like, what about the other one we just saw? And then ultimately, as they're trying to make their decision, in walks Laney Boggs. She's got her overalls, her paint. Her hair's in a ponytail. She's got her glasses.
She's tripping.
She's walking very abruptly. And Dean's like, that's it. It's her, Laney Boggs. And Zach's like, no. Anyone but Laney Boggs.
Come on.
The glasses, the ponytail, the overalls.
Oh my God, she's cute.
She's
Stop.
So cute.
She's a regular person.
Right. When I was doing my research, they were basically, the director was like, we get it. Like, it was impossible. He was like, at the time, we obviously really couldn't cast like an ugly girl because he was like, that's not the,
right. That's not
the times we were in. Right. He was like, the girl ultimately had to be pretty, and it was kind of like a, Clark Kent to Superman, point. It was like, you either believe it or you don't. It was just like, it wasn't really necessarily about finding a girl who's like ugly or pretty. It was finding a girl who could like act awkward and weird and standoffish.
Okay. I would say her personality sucks, if anything.
Yeah, her personality was trash. Yeah, it was like, they were like, he was like, the girl was gonna have to be beautiful anyway.
No matter what.
So it was like, whether you believed if the beginning she was ugly or not, we don't really care because we're gonna have to pick someone who was cute.
Yeah.
But it was like really being able to believe that she was just awkward.
Oh, yes. And I believed it. That's for sure.
No, she plays the awkward role to a T.
Yes.
Just like, even when like people are talking and she's not talking, I'm like, oh my God, she looks so awkward.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And I'm just like,
is this her?
I'm just thinking about her at the prom scene, and when she's at the party and she runs away, I'm like, oof.
She moves awkward.
She does move awkward.
Some of it seems forced. Like when she was walking up the steps, when they determined like that she was going to be the one selected for the bet, she was walking so like spastic. And it felt like forced. I was like, there's no reason you should be walking that absurdly.
The director's like, more
spastic in the walk. But anywho, so Zach's like, no. And then Zach like turns to Preston. He's like, can you talk to him? And then Preston's like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just the black friend who installs wisdom every now and then.
Yes.
And then so, cut, line, and sinker. The deal is made. The bet is made. He's got 6 weeks.
Let's get it going. And Zach,
he initially, off top, goes to work.
Yes, he goes to work. He's a go-getter. So
go-getter that kid.
Right after this,
no time to waste.
He goes up to Laney. He's like, he says hello. He says hello to her brother. He calls
him Spaz,
thinking that's his actual name.
Why would his name be Spaz?
Why would that be a name
of any kind?
It's his character's almost annoying because he's nice, but he's an idiot, but he's a bully. I don't know, but he's like being nice about it.
But he's like in this like popular bubble.
Yes.
So
that he thinks that this kid's name's actual Spaz.
It's like he's rude, but he's like unaware of it because he's just so popular.
Yes.
He's
like, yeah, I'm
he's so used to everyone telling him he's right and correct.
That is a very true.
So he's
good point.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know he's being a dick.
Yeah. So he walks up to Laney. He's like, hey, Laney, hey, Spaz. And then he's like, Laney's little brother's like, oh my God, he said my name. He knows my name. And then Laney's like, that's not your name. And then she turns to Zach and says, that's not his name. And then he was like, oh, sorry. And he was like, well, Laney, so I was just thinking. And then she was like, let's go, Simon. So she instantly gets up. She pulls her brother and she's like, Dad's here. Let's go.
That's why I love her.
Doesn't even give him a chance to even like, she's not buying what he's selling. She's not interested.
That's what I like about her.
Anything that he has to say.
Is that she's like,
I loved how she wasn't like in awe. She was like, you're talking to me? She was just like, goodbye.
Something's up.
Yeah, she was like, bye.
So, back at home, Zach is hanging out with his little whore sister.
Not the whore.
Maybe I'm getting that from not another teenage movie.
Yes.
I think it's mixed in here, but she's a little slutty. She goes to all
Anna Paquin, Mackenzie.
That's her name.
Sister.
Yes,
played by Anna Paquin. Fun fact about Anna Paquin: she was in True Blood, but that's not the fun fact that I was about to say. She is the second youngest woman to receive an Oscar.
Oh, she got an Oscar for?
I don't know, some movie, but she got it when she was like 11.
Whoa.
She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress at age 11, making her the second youngest winner in Oscar history. Who the hell was younger than 11 getting this award?
Oh, I don't know. Who is it?
I don't know.
Tell me.
Let me see. Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins for what?
10. He won 10.
Oh, not sure what that is.
I don't know what he did.
Oh, 10.
He was 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
I don't know for what. That was like, Anthony Hopkins is literally like 90 years old.
Yeah.
So that was
That's so
ago.
interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I did not know that about her. Iconic. She could have hung her hat up then. I'm done, everyone.
Girl, I'd have retired at 15. I'm good now. I done got an Oscar.
Ooh, the checks people had to write for her. Right. I won an Oscar, so.
Right. I'm an Oscar winner.
Right, so check. But anywho, Zach is at home talking to, I'll take a little whore sister. He's talking to his little sister as they watch Brock on The Real World. He's a very disgusting character. He's farting. People don't like him on the show. He's not a pleasant person.
At all. Very gross.
Yes. So he tells her a little snippet about his new project, trying to, get a girl to like him. And his sister suggests that maybe he actually tries to get to know what she likes and what she likes to do. And then maybe that'll help him get the girl that he wants. He's like, this is groundbreaking advice. You're the smartest little sister ever.
Right. And he's like, I've never even thought of that.
I've never heard
of
that.
Never even crossed my mind.
So after this conversation, Zach's little sister runs off to her friend's house because her brother's going to be home and he's hot and their parents are coming home. She doesn't want to talk to her parents.
So then emerges Zach's parentals, and then he is talking to his dad, and his dad asks him, he's a senior in high school, it's college time, and he asks if he's heard anything from the admissions office at Dartmouth College. And then Zach's like, oh, no, not yet. And then his dad's like, it's March. Isn't that a little strange? We haven't heard from anything. Very strange. And he's like, I'm going to have to call Tim over in the admissions office in an alumni relations. And then Zach's like, hold on. No, let's give it till, the end of the week. And then the dad reluctantly is like, okay, I'll give it till Friday. And then after that, I'll call them.
Zach's dad was tripping because I'd have been calling. If that was my parent, if that was my kid, I was like, why are you not hearing back from anything?
Right.
That's ridiculous. I'm stressed out.
So then Zach goes up to his room, and lo and behold, he actually has heard from Dartmouth College. He got in.
He's heard from
but
Dartmouth.
He's also got into Yale, Harvard, and like a couple other Ivy Leagues.
Hot.
Jesus Christ.
He's smart.
A genius.
But he's only smart because his parents are rich, so that's
right.
not
He has the resources.
Yes. But after this, we see Taylor.
You know what I like about this movie is that
he's
that he's smart, and then like Laney's like not.
Yeah.
You know,
she's not an idiot, but yes,
nerd.
yeah.
She's not like not.
She's not.
I mean, yeah, she's like not like a genius.
She's not a nerd. She's a loser.
A loser. But she's not a smart loser.
Yeah.
I like that.
I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So
different.
I love that. So while that's going on, Taylor's out shopping with her girls, Gabrielle Union and the one that's not Lil' Kim.
Yeah, Chandler. The one that's not Little Kim, correct.
And her friends are basically trying to warn her to focus on getting elected as prom queen and chill out with her Brock inception, because that's all she's talking about. Her new tattoo and Brock this and Brock that.
And Gabrielle Union is just like, basically like, who are you anymore?
Yes,
it's
what
like,
is this? What are we
you know,
doing
at
here?
first we were campaigning for prom queen, and now it's like, you don't care about anything but Brock.
Brock,
and then
Brock.
Taylor's like, I am a freaking legacy, okay? My mother was prom queen in 1972. My aunt was prom queen in 1975. And my sister would have been prom queen in 1989 if it wasn't for some kind of debacle. I am a goddamn legacy, okay? And she's just like, you know, she's being her narcissistic self. And then Gabrielle Union is like, well, I hope that's not your acceptance
Famous
speech.
last words is like, she has no one has any chance of beating her. So, therefore, someone's going to have to beat her.
Oh, well, she still wins.
And after she says that, we cut to Laney.
I mean, but she still wins. So,
well, no chance. Someone had a chance. A very close chance.
Yes.
That's
my one caveat about this film, but I guess we'll talk about that once we get there.
So cut to Zach, who is, you know, on his crusade to get Laney to prom queen. So he goes to her job. She works at a falafel place.
Yeah.
And she wears this big old shirt that's like an XL, and it drives me
not even
insane.
an XL, like a 2X. A 2X.
It's like touching her knees.
She likes big baggy clothes.
I'm like, girl.
And then she has like this hat on that's in the shape of a falafel.
Yeah, well,
she just looks like a fool.
Yeah, she can't change that. But that shirt,
just like, but the uniform is just the worst we've seen.
God awful.
So then he pulls up, and then Jesse, who is her best friend, who's also a loser, with her, is sitting. He's just like sitting there, like at the counter.
Hanging out.
He's like hanging out. I think that's so adorable. It's like you have nothing else to do, so you go to your friend's work and just like sit there.
I love that. I would love if I was like at work. I'm sure it's slow, and I have my friend to talk to, and it's like fun.
It's precious.
Precious.
So in walks Zach, and she's talking to a customer. He's asking if he should, the customer is asking if he should supersize his falafel balls, and Zach is just keep on asking her questions, and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, give me 1 minute." She goes over to talk to Zach, and she's like, "Hey, look. Stalking is illegal in all 50 states. Please leave me alone." And he's like, I just wanted to ask you something. And then she's like, "I'm not smart." She's like, "You probably think, oh, poor Laney Boggs. She's a loser. She's a nerd. I'm not. Leave me alone. I can't tutor you." And he's like, "That's not what I'm going to ask you." And she's like, "Well, what do you want?"
I love when he says, "I have the 4th highest GPA in our class." I don't know why I thought it was so attractive. I was like, that is so hot.
Yeah. A man with intelligence. You better flex it.
I also think he's so nice, but he's also a dick.
Yeah. She's like, "I'm not smart." And he's like, "I don't need your help, baby. I'm smart too. So I don't need your smartness." And then she's like, "Okay, well, what do you want?" And he was like, "I was just, seeing if you could, help me with art or something like that." And then she's like, "You don't even take art." And he was like, "I do. I just use it as an independent study." And then she's like, "Okay, maybe sometime, whatever."
She's like, "Yeah, sure."
And then Jesse, who is, eavesdropping and interrupting on the conversation. And he's like, "Well, there's this art show tonight. You can go with her. You can have my ticket." And, of course, Laney stares at Jesse and gives him dagger eyes. And he's like, Jesse is basically like, "Look, the most popular guy in school is, harassing you. Are you not, the least bit curious?" And then so Laney tells Zach, she's like, 7 o'clock. You can come with me. Do not be late.
Be there, be square.
And
thank God for Jesse. Jesse's like, come on.
Our
lives are so boring. Just go on a date with this guy.
Our lives are the most boringest
Let's
ever.
just see what's going to happen.
Let's see what he wants. So, they have a date?
Yes. Zach arrives at the theater for his quote-unquote date. He's literally watching the weirdest show ever with the weirdest people that he's never been around. There's the artist's name?
Yeah, no.
Mitch.
There's this guy, Mitch, on the stage, and
he's in all white.
He's in his tidy whities.
Oh, yes.
He's in, like, tidy whities, but then there's, like, little people, and they have, like, blue face paint on, and then Laney's on stage, too, and she has, like, white face paint on, and they're all, like, moving around Mitch.
Who knew
but
what the message
then
was?
the little people are saying, like, really weird lines, like...
I have an Alabama license plate.
I want to be like Mike.
Yeah.
It's just, like, so random line. This is M. Night Shyamalan's work here, people.
I'm sure he did.
This is really peculiar.
Yes.
And then, like, the guy in the tidy whities, he emerges, Mitch, and he's, like, they're, like, saying, what are they saying? They're, like, reciting something.
Silent, but still.
Oh, yeah,
fragile.
be silent, but still. Be silent, but still.
Like
and then Laney and the little people are all hugged up on Mitch while he's in his tidy whities, which really makes me uncomfortable because
Yes.
I would hate to have to hug a pale man in tidy whities.
A grown man, too.
And it's just so weird.
So weird.
And the only one who thinks it's weird is Zach. Everybody else thinks it's, like, profound artwork.
Yes. So unbeknownst to him, I wonder if he was like, because in my head I always thought that they were gonna to see this show together, and when he gets there, she's on stage.
Right?
That would have been a shell shock to me. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Where is this girl? Why is she having me here by
Right.
myself? And
Why
then,
she- yeah, why-
she's on stage doing the
on
weirdest
stage
thing
performing.
ever.
So then once their little, like, performance is over, then Mitch is basically, he thanks the crowd, and he's like, I've been informed that we have a newcomer in our audience.
Yes.
Zach Siler, are you here
wow.
tonight?
Yes, Zach.
Welcome, Zach.
Thank you.
And then Mitch tells Zach to, like, get up on stage.
Because
like,
he's been he's been alerted that Zach wants to perform a new
monologue or
Yes.
some sort, interpretive dance, whatever.
wink wink Laney put him
Yeah,
onto
so
this.
of course this is Laney, doing this,
Yes.
trying to humiliate him.
to
and
deter
Zach,
him.
Yes. And then Zach is, definitely off guard and surprised, but he goes up there anyway. And he goes up, he's a little awkward, he's a little nervous, he's a little stiff, and he's like, hi, everyone, my name is Zach, yada, 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 yada. And he has a hacky sack in his pocket. And he pulls out the hacky sack, and he's like, this is a hacky sack. And then he starts, what do you even call it? Hacky sacking?
Sack.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what he starts doing.
He starts hacky sacking.
You hit it on your
he's
your
hitting
foot.
it on his ankle and foot and whatnot, and then he's going hacky sack, hacky sack, which is really, this whole scene makes me uncomfortable.
Oh my god, I love it. Well, yeah, it's not too bad, but once he starts
talking, yeah, but when he's doing like hacky sack,
sack. Come on, Jack. Everyone's watching, expecting. Never let it drop. Everyone's counting on you, Zach. Don't ever let it drop. Sooner or later, it has to drop.
So his monologue is basically about the pressures that I would say his parents and maybe like his group of friends are putting on him in his future, and how it's hard for him to handle, and that he's afraid he's going to let them all down. I don't know if you also noticed that they have like a hacky sack stunt man.
yeah,
In here.
yeah, that's definitely not him on the hacky sack.
Damn, I was like, come on, I want to see your hacky sack skills.
Yeah,
They should bring back hacky sacks.
sure.
There's someone out there who's like, they never left, bro. There's like, what? No.
Not there's somebody out there keeping hacky sacks
Sex alive, exactly.
Oh god.
So Zach is done with his performance.
So he drops the hacky sack because
Oh.
he's like, he's done now. He hacked and he sacked and then he dropped the hacky sack.
Sometimes it's gotta
and
fall.
then he's met with silence, but then ultimately he's met with applause. I think everybody liked it. I enjoyed it. It was better than what Mitch and Laney put on.
It's moving.
He meets Laney outside. And Laney's kind of shocked to see that he actually, went up there, performed, bared his soul in front of a group of people, and I think she's like slightly irritated, but even more impressed.
Yes, and Zach is also very impressed with himself. He's like, "Oh my god, that was like," you could tell he got like a high from it. He's like, "That was so exciting! I can't believe I just gone up there."
He meets Laney outside. He's like, "Oh my goodness!" He was like, "I don't even care if I sucked. You can tell me if I sucked." And she's like, "Yeah, you kind of sucked." He was like, "I don't even care. It was so much fun. You know, going up there and not knowing what to do or what to say. It was so thrilling. It was amazing. Yada yada yada." And she's like, "Yeah, it's kind of a rush, isn't it?" And he's like, "Yeah." Yeah, it was. And then so they're walking, they stop at the like red light, and then he looks at her and he's like, "Do you always wear glasses?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you have contacts?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I don't really wear them." She's like, has a phobia of, you know, sticking things in her eye. And then he's like, "It's because your eyes, they're really beautiful."
And she's like, "Oh my god."
And she's like, "My eyes are really beautiful."
She's like,
My eyes, tie. And then she is, I don't know why that triggered her, but she was just
no,
like,
I get it. She's like, "Oh my god, here you going this crap again." We just had like a lovely moment. Your eyes are really beautiful. Oh my, let me go home because it's the most basic crap to say.
and she's like pissed, and then Zach's like, "What did I do?" And then she's like, "You know what? Don't even worry about it." She walks away, and she's like, "I'm gonna catch a ride with Mitch." And he's like, "Laney," and she's like, "Leave me alone."
Hey.
So that was the ending to their really weird date.
Yes. On other bad date news, we see Brock and Taylor hanging out. I'm assuming they're at Brock's house. They're making out. They're hanging out after maybe a passionate love session. And Brock is watching himself on television from, you know, the old MT... What do you call it?
MTV reruns? Real World reruns.
Bring
the Real World back,
yes.
bro. I love the Real World.
And Taylor's trying to kiss on him and love on him. He's like getting annoyed with her because he's really trying to watch himself and like look at his art, which is himself being himself. Mm-hmm. And he basically pushes it off her, and Taylor seems to be annoyed with him, and we kind of see it, you know, beginnings of a decline in this entanglement, if you will.
Right.
So while that's going on, Zach shows up to Laney's house. Before he sees Laney, he hangs out with Laney's dad and her little brother. Her little brother is obsessed with Zach, which is so cute to me.
So adorable. He's so sweet, her little brother. He's just like a sweet little like freshman baby.
I know. Laney walks out and she is not happy to see Zach there. She's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm here because I thought we should go to the beach today to hang out." But she's like,
he's like, "I'm busy."
"No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine. I guess I could just spend the day with your dad, and he's going to show me some cool pool stuff. And your brother, he wanted to play this game thingy together. So I guess I'll do that with my dad."
And then, of course, Laney doesn't want that. She doesn't want Zach infiltrating her family. So she's like, "Whatever. I'll go get my swimsuit and we can go to the beach." So, she gathers up her, swim attire and they head to the beach. I really like his Jeep. It's really nice.
I know you love a Jeep.
What a life.
Just to be like, let's go to the beach.
I envy whoever lived this life. Who was like a teenager in the 90s in Southern California and rich and wealthy. Like, ugh.
To be able to, like, after school, it's like, let's go to the beach.
Like, let's go to the beach. Like, it's the weekend. We're popular. We have Jeeps. Let's all just head to the beach.
Today's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday.
Like,
we're gonna live it up.
Must be nice. So, they head to the beach. They're walking. She's literally in, like, all black. She has a black
She has her overalls on.
She has her overalls on. Her hair's still in that pigtail.
She's holding her art supplies, and it's, like, a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's not even, like, a notebook. It's, like, that big, like, 12
canvas,
by 10 thingy. I don't know.
So they're walking, and Zach's like taking note of the beautiful scenery and the water and the waves, and he's like, "Look how beautiful this is." And then Laney's like, "Do you know thousands of chemicals are dumped into the ocean each year?" And he's like, "Why are you like this?
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?" And he's like, "Why do you have to make everything so like negative?" And then she was like, "I'm just saying, you brought up the beach and I watched this thing on CNN." And he's like, "Look, not everything has to be about like the earth dying
CNN.
And the earthquakes and the starving people in the developing countries. Like sometimes you can just like enjoy life for what it is." And she's like, "Maybe."
I don't know.
She's like, maybe. And then while they're walking, they're having this conversation. Then emerges the other popular guys in school and girls. We see Dean, Preston, Gabrielle Union's character, Katie, I think, and Chandler. Emerge. I don't know where Little Kim is. She's nowhere to be found, but whatever. So we see them at a distance, and they're waving at Zach, and Zach turns to Laney, and he's like, look, I didn't know that they were going to be here today, but if we're going to be friends, you know, they're my friends, so we got to hang out with them at some point, right? And then she's just looking at him like, since when are we friends? She's like, I don't even want to be here. She's like, literally, he's like saying all this, and she's like, I don't consider you to be my friend, but whatever.
And then Dean pulls up, you know, he's the hater that he is. He's like, so I called your house, and your dad said you were at the beach. So I was like, wouldn't it be a good idea to like call everyone up and let's have a beach day? He's literally trying to like sabotage.
So then Preston, he introduces himself to Laney, and then Laney's like, I know who you are. And then Katie, Gabrielle Union, introduces herself, and then
everyone's really nice to her.
Except for Chandler. Who is, you know, her loyalty is a little bit more to Taylor. But then, you know, they like set up, they have like this beach volleyball set up. The girls, they lay out, they pull out their towels and their chairs. And then Preston asks like, hey, does anybody want to play volleyball? And then Chandler and Katie are like, no. And then Preston asks Laney. And then Chandler,
it's like, haha.
She's like, haha, no, she will not be playing. And then Chandler's like, no offense, I've seen you in gym class, you run like a girl. And Laney's like, I am a girl. And she's like, Chandler's like, you know what I mean. And then Laney's like, obviously I don't.
Period.
Beef. And then Katie's kind of like basking in all of the tension.
Right.
And then Laney gets up and she's like, you know what? I will play Preston. So she joins them and she plays in the game. And, you know, it's a fun little
They have a great
match.
time.
Yeah.
I feel like she's really bonding with them. She's letting her hair down, not like literally, but figuratively. Yeah. And she's having a good time playing with the volleyball and these group of friends. And look at her go.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Zach and Dean are talking, and then Dean says something snarky. He's like, looks like Super Freak has a body because he sees her in her bikini or her one piece. She has a one piece on.
That's it.
And then Zach's like, shut up.
Hush it down. So after the volleyball game and the beach day is over, the gang is leaving, and Preston invites Laney to a party that he's throwing that night. And
do you know how exhausted I would be? If I was throwing a party that night, I would not go to the beach.
You're 17. You have all the energy in the world.
I would literally be like, I have to plan this party. I have to go get the booze.
If I was him. Girl, he's rich. Someone already did that for him.
Like, and then, like, the sun exhausts you. I would have to go home and take a nap. Yeah. I would not be able to do that. I would not.
Well, let's say
the
both. Sun's setting, so it's at, let's say, 7. And maybe the party doesn't start till like 10.
9. I don't know. It's high school. Parties gotta start like 9.
9:30. Yeah, 9. But you gotta get there to 10.
I guess.
His parents are away. Who cares?
Yeah.
You could do it. But you had more energy back then.
I would have been exhausted.
I would be exhausted too.
Like, I cannot imagine. Like, when I heard that, I was like, my God, are you kidding me?
There's more.
There's more to this day?
It doesn't end. Yes. Yes, honey. So at first, Laney's like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll come. Wink, wink. And then the gang leaves, and she tells Zach, she's like, hey, I actually have no intention of actually going.
I do not want to go to that party.
And she's like, I have to clean my house. And I like how, Zach is very disappointed, but he doesn't push this subject, and he's like, okay, I'll bring you home.
So then he brings her home.
Yes. Back at home, Laney is hanging out with her family. She answers her phone. She's calling Jesse, and Jesse's like, you didn't go? All you're going to do is sit at home and watch your dad listen to Jeopardy and get all the answers wrong. And she's like, shut up, Jesse. Whatever. So at this point, Laney hears a knock on the door. She goes to answer it. It's Zach. And she's like, didn't I tell you I don't want to see you? I'm not going to the party tonight. Why are you here?
And then he was like, well, I thought you would be cleaning by now. And she's like, I am. I will be. She had no intention of cleaning. And then he was like, well, I thought I'd help you out with that. And then as he says this, the entire JV soccer team emerges. And he's like, I thought I'd bring some backup. So he has enlisted the help of the JV soccer team, because he's a soccer player, to clean her house so that she can go to the party.
Love.
And so they're getting to work, and then also Mackenzie, Zach's little sister, walks in, and she's like, basically, I'm here to help you with your look, because Laney's like, you look good, Zach, but I look a mess. And then Mackenzie's like, well, that's what I'm here for. And she has like a treasure chest of like makeup.
Yes. And he also has a red dress for her, hunty.
Yes.
He thought of it all.
So then Mackenzie and Laney go upstairs while Zach stays downstairs with Simon, Laney's little brother.
Yes. So Zach and I think she's like, you can call me Mac, which is Zach's little sister. They're doing the makeover, and Laney mentions that, you know, her mom never taught her any of this like beauty stuff before she died, and that's why she's the way she is. She's basically still hung up on her mother's death. And then Zach's little sister's like, do you trust me? And she's like, no. But, you know, Zach's little sister, Mac, is going to cut Laney's hair. She takes the whole glasses off thing.
Yeah, because she has like this really, 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 really long ponytail.
Yeah, she has really long extensions in her hair. I knew it.
They look horrible.
They look horrible. You can tell. You can tell they're extensions.
You can tell. It's not blended at all.
Yes.
But anywho.
Oh wait, I want to say my favorite part of this whole scene is while the boys are downstairs cleaning like Laney's house, her dad is reading the newspaper and listening to Jeopardy and like answering all the questions wrong. And they've been there for like an hour now, and a Jeopardy question comes up and one of the boys answers correctly, and her dad looks up and he's like, who are you people?
literally have been in the house for at least an hour and a half cleaning and doesn't realize they're in there until one of them answers a Jeopardy question correctly.
He's like, who are you people?
And I would like to shout out, one of the Jeopardy questions was about New Orleans.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was like, this city encompasses 70 blocks of a French, and they call it the French Quarter, and he says, what is Paris, France? And then the answer is like, what is New Orleans?
Oh, okay. He was really bad at it.
Yeah, he was really bad at Jeopardy. So anywho, Laney's upstairs, she's getting her look done. Zach's downstairs with Simon. And then ultimately we're done with the makeover. We're finished.
Good job.
Mackenzie goes downstairs. I would like to point out what I really love that she says. She's like, are y'all ready to see her? Introducing the new, not improved, but different Laney Boggs.
Yes.
I like how she said not improved, but different.
Yes.
Because it's like, she was already fine the way she was before.
Exactly.
This is just like a different version of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was pretty admirable to say, especially for a 90s movie.
Right.
Because, you know.
Feminism.
They didn't really have that back then. So anywho, she calls her down. Laney doesn't come down because, you know, she's nervous. She's shy.
What am I doing?
And then Matt calls her down again. She's like, get your cute butt down here. And she finally comes down. She emerges. She walks down the steps slowly, and we see her in this tight-fitted red dress. Her hair has been cut. The glasses are gone. So are the overalls and the paint. Mm-hmm. And she looked cute.
And Kiss Me plays in the background.
Kiss me.
You take it and I will with that just kiss. Okay. And everyone is impressed basically by her beauty. They're all shocked.
Right.
She's gorgeous, hunty.
She is gorgeous.
So
and then she trips.
Yes, she trips a little bit, but you know, besides that. So Laney and Zach are off to Preston's house party. They arrive at his mansion that is filled with people, stacks of people. Who are these people? Who knows? He's also clearly rich. And the house is amazing. But as they arrive, Katie pulls Laney away because Katie and Laney are like new BFFs. And she pulls them away to go flirt with some guys because I guess Zach hasn't, you know, secured that they are like an item. And then Dean goes up to talk to Zach, and he's like, have you fallen in love or like with Laney yet? And Zach is like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And Dean's like, well, you guys have been spending more time than you need to on this bet. So it seems like, you know, this is getting more serious than a work thing. So also at the party is Taylor, and she's brought along Brock. Brock embarrasses Taylor by doing this whole dance to Give It To Me, Baby.
Give it to me, baby.
No. Okay.
Give it to me, baby. I don't. Why?
That was not the right beat.
It was just like,
give it to me, baby.
I wasn't on the right beat.
Give it to me, baby.
I don't. Who cares?
It's like
I'm not the singer of
I
the
know.
song.
It's just like
Jesus. You said that last time. You're off beat, but who gives a shit?
People like the songs, but yeah, he does his whole performance to give it to me, baby. And it's like, dude,
But like, why?
Why?
Why do you think this is the
appropriate place to do this?
Literally.
But dance like no one's watching, and that's what he did.
That is literally what he did.
And Lane and Taylor is extremely embarrassed, but that's what you had to do when you date a D-list celebrity, honey.
Yeah, and she's like semi-drunk, and I guess she's kind of been like alienating herself.
Oh yeah,
from like the friend group, because like one of the girls is like, oh, look who finally decided to like show her face. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, yeah, we weren't gonna come, but we thought one last high school hurrah, whatever, so I just thought I'd just come. So she's really letting this relationship encompass her.
Yes. So while that's going on, Laney goes to the bathroom and she finds one of those goth girls from earlier that bullied her and told her to kill herself, Missy. She's in the bathroom. She's drunk. She's on the floor. She's clearly thrown up.
It doesn't like this. I don't know what about this scene, but her in the bathroom looks like she's going through something deeper. Like, I don't know. It just didn't just look like, oh, like I got drunk at a party. It looks like she was going through it.
Oh.
But anywho, so she walks in. Laney's like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. But then she realizes who it is. And Laney and her kind of like talking. She calls her Splatter Girl. I don't know what why.
That means.
And Laney's like, whatever. And she gives her a tissue. She's like, here, trying to help her. And then she kind of makes her way out of the bathroom. And then Missy's like, Laney, how does it feel? And Laney's like, excuse me? And Missy's like, how does it feel? And Laney says, how does what feel? And she's like, here I am, a girl like me. Rich girl can get to any top art school that she desires.
On scholarship, honey.
On scholarship. And here you are, wiping up my puke. I'm really bitch.
Why do you... what is the hatred for me?
What's your vendetta against me? And why do you keep on flaunting the fact that you're rich?
Right.
And then, so, first you were saying how you went to Prague, and now you're telling me how rich you are.
Yeah, you got a scholarship.
Like, relax. And then, so, Laney's like, all right, I let the first incident slide, but I'm not going to let this one slide. So she goes into the bathroom, she closes the door.
Because at this point, the girl has passed out from her drunkenness.
Yes, the girl has now passed out. And she also has, like, pastel like crayons or paint, I don't know, in her purse. So Laney takes it upon herself to do a little art on her face. Period.
Laney leaves, and then a couple minutes later the girl emerges from the bathroom and she has the clown paint on her face.
What's up with this movie and clowns?
That was, I don't know. It's, I'm sure there's like kind of symbolism there that we just don't understand.
So yeah, she has clown paint all over her face. She doesn't know it, but people are like walking past her and laughing at her. Then eventually she gets to a mirror and she notices that she looks like a circus clown.
Burn. So Laney goes back to the party high on life, but soon that would be crushed when Taylor sees her and she's like,
And then Laney sees that Taylor sees her and she tries to like scurry
I love
off.
that. She's like,
ooh, wrong direction, gotta go.
So Taylor goes up to her and she's like, what are you doing here? And she was like, I was invited. And she was like, by who? And she was like, leave me alone. And Taylor makes this point. She's like, doesn't your dad clean our pool? She's like, Laney's like, I wouldn't know that information.
Right.
I love that.
She's like, frankly, I wouldn't even know.
Yes. And then for whatever reason, Taylor pours her glass of wine onto Laney and down her breasts. This is another part that I always think from Not Another Teenage Movie. Because in the movie,
it's water.
Yeah. In the movie,
she's gotten out of the pool.
She jumps into the pool. She gets out the pool, and the girl pours water on her. And she, it's hilarious. And then Laney's like, you know what? Thank you.
Excuse me? Thank you. For a minute there, I forgot why I avoided places like this and people like you.
Avoided us? Honey, look around you. To everyone here who matters, you're vapor. You're spam. A waste of perfectly good yearbook space. Nothing's going to change that. You're not going to cry, are you?
So then Laney runs off and Zach follows her. And she runs off in tears. She's
Awkwardly.
running so awkward.
It's so
It's
bad.
like horrible. I wonder if she runs like that in real life.
I don't know.
Or if it was forced. It was horrible.
It was really bad.
So she runs and she's in heels and she's not accustomed to running in heels. So of course she falls to the ground and trips. And then Zach touches her and she's like, don't touch me. Okay, girl. And then Zach says, like, Laney, it's okay. And she's like, I promise that I would never, ever? And he's like, never what? And she's like, never let them see me cry.
Okay, girl.
And then he says,
he's like, it's okay to like to open up to people that we had a great day today. Don't let this ruin that for you. And he tells her it's okay to open up to people. And he's like, let me bring you home. It's funny that because Laney acts like she's not bothered by everybody, but clearly she makes a conscious effort to not let these people bother her.
well, that's what you got to do. Stay clear of them. I ain't mad at her, and I ain't blaming her.
Right.
So then Zach's like, okay, let's go home.
Let's
so
go home,
he
sweetie.
takes her home.
So the next day at school, Laney is talking to her best friend Jessie about the party, and she's like, yeah, never again. And then she notices all the people being like, you go, girl. You rock. And they're saying this to Laney. And Laney's like, very confused. And then Usher, what do they call him?
Campus DJ.
The campus DJ announces on the PA system that Laney has been nominated to be prom frickin' queen. And after this, Katie, I don't know Lil' Kim's character's name, but Lil' Kim,
Alex, I think that's her name.
they come up to congratulate her. Katie's clearly more into the fact that she's been nominated, and Lil' Kim's like, you deserve it.
It comes out later that Katie's the one who nominated her.
Yeah, because
sweet.
of course you're like, it's Zach, of course, because you know the whole bet thing.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking. I thought Zach nominated her because you know to be nominated to win his bet, she at least has to be nominated.
So you think Zach told Katie to nominate?
No. I always thought
It was Zach.
it was Zach who did it.
No,
I think that's the assumption you're supposed to make.
right.
But it was Katie the whole
It was
time.
Katie.
So like, why would he not? He's so lazy. Like,
Right. Why did you not use it? Actually, should have been him.
You
I didn't even think about that.
like you should have been
I
doing
didn't
your
even
work
think about
because had
that.
she not been nominated, then
Because
the
if
whole
Katie didn't nominate her, then what?
the whole thing would have been over with.
Right.
Stupid.
This is true. So yeah, she's been nominated, and then cut to we see Taylor in another like end of campus, and she is crying in her car, and then while Katie and little Kim are talking to Laney, they get a buzzer on their beeper, and it's Taylor. And then little Kim and then the other girl, Chandler, are like, oh, we gotta go see her. And then Katie's like, Gabrielle Union is like, I'm tired of her crap. Y'all go with her. That ain't my friend no more, basically.
Yes, basically.
So then little Kim's character and Chandler, the other popular girl, show up to Taylor, who's crying in her car on the other side of campus, and she is crying because Brock broke up with her. And basically he tells her something very similar to what Taylor told Zach, and he was like, did you really expect me to go to the All-Stars Road Rules still dating you? And he's like, oh, you did. How sweet.
How funny is that? The chances.
Yeah.
I love all the MTV references.
Right. I was
All-Star
like, come
Rules.
on, Road Rules.
I know, exactly.
If they would have set the challenge, my life would have been different.
Right.
But yeah, so he broke up with her, and she's crying, and then she's like, I can't believe you broke up with me. And then while she's crying, she notices signs on campus and people holding different signs, and it says like Laney for prom queen. And she's like, did I miss something? Yes, you did miss something, because you were too wrapped up in your little boyfriend and your relationship. You were too involved in that. And then you let it slip underneath your feet that now someone else is nominated for prom queen. So yeah, you did miss something.
Yes, it's
you
all
missed
your
something
fault.
very big and very pivotal.
Yes. And that's what you get. So after
Cut to the next scene.
Yes. So after a rough soccer practice, Zach and his boys are back in the locker room, and Dean is once again giving Zach a hard time. I wonder if their relationship was always this much pressure, or it's just like Dean is like he sees the cracks in Zach. He's like pushing at them.
he sees him cracking. Oh yeah, definitely that.
Because like Jesus, how'd y'all make it this far in this relationship? This how y'all acted?
How have y'all even been fake friends this long?
So they're talking, and Zach attacks Dean after he makes a remark about how he wants to sleep with Laney. He's like basically like, if you don't want to get with Laney, then I'll take her.
She seems like a cute little jam.
Right.
He says. 90s lingo.
And then Dean says, you know what? I'm tired of everyone thinking Zach's a god.
You're some kind of god in this place. I've watched you been treated like this for the last 4 years, and I'm sick of it. The truth comes out,
Whoa,
baby.
dude.
The truth comes out. He's been boiling up. He's been sitting on this for 4 years. And he's like, I've been watching people treat you like a god in this place. And you know what? I'm tired of it. And then now you're finally crumbling, and I love watching it.
Okay.
And then Zach's like, whatever, bro.
He's like, this is a lot.
And he like pushes him, and he like walks off.
And then after this, Zach goes to Laney's house. He goes downstairs to her basement where no one is allowed, but she allows it. And she's working on a painting, and she's painting her mother. And Laney tells him that her mother died when she was young. And Zach once again brings up the whole fact that she keeps shutting people out, and that she needs to open up to people. And Laney takes this as like, I need to open up to people. Well, you have your own problems. Matter of fact, you haven't decided what college you want to go to.
She was like, where are you going to college, Zach? She was like, I was in the counselor's office last week, and I believe by your name, it said undecided.
Ooh.
And then he was like, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah.
You don't know what I go through.
And she was like, no, you're 18 years old. And he was like, I get all this pressure from like my dad and my family and everybody. And he was like, and then Laney's basically like, you're 18 years old. You're old enough to start making your own decisions, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, okay, calm down.
Oh my God, Zach's problem is that his dad wants him to go to Dartmouth.
Like literally, that's your... You can't pick between the 5 Ivy League schools that you were
That's
accepted into. That's your hardship.
Just tell you that you don't want to.
Mom is dead.
Right. She's running this household, and she's a loser, and people bully her for no reason.
People literally come up to her and tell her she should kill herself.
Right. And her teacher.
And your struggle is that you don't know if you want to go to Dartmouth College or not.
And her teacher thinks her art. The one thing she cares about so much
is horrible.
It's horrible. Art.
So she's got the real problems here.
Real problem.
Like, get over yourself.
Yes. And then I guess it calms down. At this point, Zach leans in for a kiss.
Rich people's problems.
Yes. Rich people's problem. So Zach leans in for a kiss.
I don't know how they went
from
that to that, but yeah, he leans in for like a kiss. So as he's leaning in, Laney stops him, and then she says something to the effect of like, Zach, you're not doing this because
for prom queen vote, are you?
Yeah, for like a prom king vote, are you? And then he kind of like stops. And then it goes silent, and she's like, Zach? And she opens her eyes, and she's like, about the whole prom thing, I was thinking we could, talk about it. And he's like, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta leave. And then she was like, right now? And he was like, yeah, but, I'll call you later. And then she's like, okay.
I guess this is the part where he realizes, like, oh, dang, I like her. Oh, this bet. Oh, this is getting way more complicated than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah. But
I like how he doesn't kiss her.
No, I think he should have kissed her. I just didn't get it. I was just like, whether you like her or you don't, you're still going to prom, and you still have a bet, and you like her anyway. So it's just like, just go to prom with her, whether it's a bet or not. Like, I guess this is who you want to go to prom with anyway.
I don't know. That's a great.
So why avoid the question in the conversation?
I guess he would have to. In his head, he was like, "Oh, come to terms with this whole bet thing." I think he wants it to end, but like if he. And probably Dean, he's like, God, Dean's gonna make this like he's like
so awful.
Yeah, he's not gonna brush this on the rug. I know that man's gonna do something, but
anywho, so then he runs off, and he's like, I'll call you later. So he runs off abruptly. Then, so the next day at school, the talk of the town is prom queen and who's gonna win.
Yes.
Because both Taylor and Laney have their own, band of loyal followers.
They're both campaigning.
There's signs everywhere. And, to many people's surprise, Laney is a tough contender.
Yes.
They even have, these 2 high school students rapping about it.
Between 2 girls, which one we gonna pick? I'd rather pick Laney, cause Taylor be talking she thinks she's all of that with everything in between. But who's about to be prom queen? Laney. Well, Taylor used to be the thing, but now she's not. Laney's going for prom queen and Taylor's hot. But we don't give a damn about Taylor Vaughn, cause Taylor's fading out and Laney's on. If I can get with Laney, it'd be real cool. With the queen by my side, we run the whole damn school. Yo, keep it on the break and I'ma keep this cool. Taylor did Zach for a carnival. All for the high school jock named Brock. Well, my man click on the beatbox. Yeah, she's all that.
So it seems like, Taylor has people's, vote because she was the ever girl for so long, but it seems like there's a population of students who are nerds and the underdogs that want Laney to win.
She has the little people's vote.
She has the little people's vote, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So at lunch, Laney is hanging out with her best friend Jessie, and she's basically thinking about this weird place that she is with Zach, and after the whole non-kiss thing, she's like lost, and she's thinking about that, and Jess notices it. Jesse. Also in the cafeteria is her brother Simon, who is rollerblading around, offering people fresh pepper for whatever reason.
Salt and pepper, which is weird.
I was like, y'all, why is he doing this? You're not getting tips. For the longest, I was like, are you guys poor? But they're not poor enough that he needs to go around passing out.
Is he doing it for... Like, is he like the cafeteria attendant, or is he just doing this because he wants to?
He's just doing it because he wants to.
Like, that's weird.
Oh, if you also know in the scene is, I don't know her name, from Buffy.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes. You know why she's in this movie?
Because
Take it.
She, at the time, was very good friends with Freddie Prinze Jr., who she is now married to, and she came to visit him on set. And the director was like, holy shit, it's Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he was like, hey, can you be in the movie? And she was like, sure, I'll do it. I'll be in it. But she was like, I have one condition. I don't want to say anything. So she doesn't say anything.
Okay. Also, well, that's not what I thought.
Oh, in the high school. The show was shot there.
Yeah, the show and this movie were shot in the same high school.
The show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this movie were shot in the same
love how
high
those
school.
two are still married.
I love it. I love it how at this point they weren't like an item. They were just friends, and she was like visiting him.
That's so cute.
Like, hey,
that's horrible.
I work here sometimes, and I heard you were working here today, so I thought I'd stop by.
Also, another thing. By the time it got to this point in the movie, I was like, why does Simon have that freaking hearing aid?
Yeah.
And then I found something.
He has two hearing aids in. Not just one, he has two.
Two. I found something on TikTok.
I guess he's deaf.
So here's the thing. I found something on TikTok, the actor who plays Simon. And he was like, so when I took on the role, they wanted him to be deaf. They wanted his character to be deaf and not say, like, and he would speak sign language.
Oh.
And then they were like, okay, cut that. We want you to be deaf, but you speak sign language at school, but at home you actually speak.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, you know what? Forget the whole deaf thing. And you just have to.
Next, we want you to be deaf, but you only speak to Zach because Zach pulls out your vocal cords. Actually, just cut it.
Yeah,
cut it.
They were literally like, just cut the whole thing. You speak, you just have those hearing aids in because you've gone through half the movie with it. So whatever.
Let's just leave it.
And then I was like, not that's Hollywood. They were like, just cut it. And the actor was like, I was so excited because, I know a little sign language. He's like, this is what I'm here for. And he was like, when he looked so disappointed when
he actually knew sign language.
He said a little sign language. I'm sure
okay. Not bad. Well, so he's rolling around giving people pepper and salt and pepper. One of the people being Sarah Michelle Gellar, cameo. And then he is met by these two bullies, and they are harassing him.
Can you blame him? Why are you rollerblading in the school, giving out fresh pepper and salt?
Yeah, weird. So then
you're asking for it.
Yeah, so then they pull him aside. They pull out the nudie magazine. They're forcing him to look at the nudie magazine. Meanwhile, one of the other bullies is literally ripping pubes off of his genital area and puts it on a pizza. And I guess that pizza was for Simon and he was going to eat it for lunch or something. And then emerges Zach, who bears witness to all of this, and he's like, stop it now. And of course, being the most popular guy in school, that's how good his pull is. Like, they instantly, they stopped.
No. Right.
They stopped. Like, he said, stop it. And they were like, okay, we're sorry, man. And then so Simon goes and hides behind Zach. And he was like, Zach kind of is like, leave him alone from now on. You will not bother him. And they're like, okay, fine. And then Zach's like, and since y'all want to be so funny and put pubes on the pizza,
disgusting.
He tells the guy who put the pubes on the pizza, he tells him to grab the pizza and eat it. And he does it.
Right.
Do you know how strong your pull has to be as a human being? As a man, to make another grown man eat a pizza with pubes on it with just words. You don't threaten him.
In front of the whole school.
In front of the whole school. You literally just say, eat it, and he does it.
And then not only that, he's like, now give it to your friend there. And his friend eats
it too.
It's wild.
That's crazy to me. And you know what I want to point out? One of the bullies has the shirt on that says, kill all artists. What's your beef with artists?
What's going on here?
What's that about? Kill all artists? Why?
Sure, you can't wear in today's time.
Oh my God, y'all are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
It's given like mass shooters. Why do you have?
I was like, in today's time, you got to be careful of that because they would have came to the school the next day.
You
and
can't wear
shot
no
'em
shirt
up.
like that today.
Yeah.
Kill all artists?
Yes, and then you fed them pube pizza. Come on, you're like it's gonna go downhill.
Yeah. So he forces them to eat the pew pizza, and they do it. And Zach kind of walks off, and he's like, "All right, Simon, I leave the rest to you." And then Simon's like, "Yeah, don't mess with me again."
Mm-hmm. And then Laney, before like Zach walks
Does Laney
off,
see this?
yeah.
Okay.
And before Zach walks off, Laney and Zach make eye contact, and it's basically like a longing, but like you can tell there's distance between them, and
Yeah.
they're like, Zach knows.
There's a rift.
Yeah,
there.
and Laney's like, "What's going on?" And Zach's like, "You gotta go." It's awkward.
Shame.
So after school, we see Dean goes to talk to Laney at her falafel work. Still got that big shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically, asked her to prom. He's like, I know I've been a douche. I'm not like the nicest person ever, but like I really want to.
Is so
Crazy.
Like,
Psycho.
oh my God.
Because he's not a nice
that
person.
is So
I can't. It's scary how genuine he sounds.
yes.
Because like, why would you think that he would be an evil person? He sounds so genuine.
It's
And he hasn't really been mean to her. You can tell.
he has not been mean to her.
And you can tell. I mean, you can tell he's like a little douchey, but like he hasn't been mean to her.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh wow, okay. So he asks her to go
So
to,
weird.
and Laney literally tells him, hell no. And then Dean says, well, I just thought since Dak doesn't care about her and that he still still care about you and he still likes Taylor, that we could, still go to prom. And at this, Laney's upset and
He tells her to think about
to
it.
think about it. Yes,
And she do think about it.
she do think about it.
She think about it.
Hard. So that night, Zach is at home. He walks into his room and he finds his dad holding all his acceptance letters. And Zach's dad is like pissed off because it's like, like some of these
Acceptance letters have like lapsed at this point.
Yeah.
Like these have deadlines and you
Yeah.
didn't meet any of them.
right.
And then, of course, his dad is angry, and then Zach gets angry, and he's like, "You don't know what it's like.
You want me to have your life?
Maybe I don't want to go to Dartmouth. Maybe I don't want your life. Yada 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 yada
It's
yada."
basically like you come home angry all the time. You don't even look like you're happy with your life.
Oh dang,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah.
So then Zach's dad surprisingly apologizes
Yeah.
to him, which was. I feel like he was too soon to give an apology. He should have gave the apology when he was getting ready to leave the house for prom.
Oh.
Okay. That's just me. But he apologizes. Zach, what's this saying?
He apologized. He's like, basically, like, I never knew that you felt that I was putting pressure on you to follow in my footsteps. That was never my intention. But you need to make a decision. I don't care if you like it or not. You're going to have to decide something.
Where you need to go to school.
And you're going to have to make a decision very soon because we got like
Time
4
is
weeks.
ticking. It's March. School starts in August. So back at school, Usher makes an announcement, the campus DJ, that prom is in 2 weeks. And the race is titty tight between Taylor and Laney. The two have a show off in the hallway. Laney's walking with her like band of followers, her like loser friends.
And
Katie behind her.
Who's officially switched sides.
She's definitely switched sides. And then Taylor's walking around campus with Little Kim and the other popular girl behind her. And then they meet each other in the hallway. They're face to face, kind of like how they have like a show off.
Yeah.
Kind of how those MMA fighters do before they fight.
Exactly.
They're like nose to nose to each other.
But they're not. What really pisses me off is how short Laney is compared to Taylor. I really hate
literally, like Laney's to her like neck.
that.
It's like-
that.
I
Her
was
tit,
why
it
are
feels like.
literally. And then they take a picture, and Taylor's like, "Come on, hun, all in the fun of sportsmanship." And they take a picture for like the yearbook, I guess. And then Taylor pushes her off of her, and then she walks away. And
The heat is on.
the heat is on.
So I guess maybe like after school, since you're on the prom committee officially, since you're being nominated, that you have to work on the prom set.
Is that seriously a thing? But that is what
Prom
she's
committee,
doing.
yeah. So I'm assuming that's why she's into it now. So they're working on the prom setup. Zach's there. Taylor's also there, and she goes up to him and she's like,
Hey, Zach.
"Hey, Zach, Since
So I was thinking about what we should do some prom. I think we should have like matching colors. You wear this and I wear that. And then Zach's like, excuse me?
come again.
And then she was like, well, we've always said we would go together. And, I just thought, even though me and you broke up, I still love you and I still care about you. She's trying to get her man back now that
Right.
Brock broke up with her. And she's like, we've always said we would go to prom together. So, of course, it only makes sense. We're both going to be prom king and queen. We've got to go together. And then he was like, sorry, Taylor. I kind of have other plans.
Oh my God, you sound like him. He
I
said,
know,
sorry, Taylor. Oh my
Sorry,
God, you
Taylor.
sounded just like him. Sorry,
Literally,
Taylor.
the way he talks in this movie drives me
Yeah, it's terrible.
insane.
That's why I think it's almost cringe to like him, because like some of the stuff he
Oh
like he's
my
handsome,
God, his
but like
voice is
his
so
voice is so annoying.
It's so...
Sorry, Taylor.
Sorry, Taylor.
I hate it.
Like, does he really talk like that, or is he just trying to put on like the...
No, I don't know. I think
Gotta
he talks
drive me
like that.
insane. But he's like, sorry, Taylor.
Sorry,
I
Taylor.
already have other plans. And she's like, who? Well, Laney? And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, well, I hate to break it to you, sweet cheeks, but she has other plans as well. She's going with someone else.
Now, why would he think he was going? Like, Laney don't know she's going with it.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
You haven't asked her yet.
You
so
haven't asked
it's
her.
2 weeks away.
Exactly. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's probably closer. They're doing prom set.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
You think she was just like
waiting?
keep her? Yeah.
Like, I'm a loser. No, I'm popular now.
Exactly.
I have options.
So annoying.
So
You haven't talked to
annoying.
me in like 5 days.
Like, literally.
You stopped talking to me.
You've been MIA.
Jesus, dude.
And then so Zach looks over and he sees Laney standing and talking with Dean. So he instantly rushes over. And he turns to Dean and Laney and he's like, what the hell? Are y'all going to prom together or something? Is that how the conversation starts off? So he turns to Laney and Dean and he's like, what the hell? Why are y'all together? What are you doing? And then
he's like, y'all going to prom together? You're supposed to be going to prom with me.
And then she's like, since when? You didn't say anything. What? And he's like, this is bullshit. And then she's like, someone asking me to prom is bullshit.
Ooh.
And he's like, I thought we were going together. And then Dean's like, enough. This is enough, Zach.
Not nice, Zach.
I really like this girl. And I'm tired.
I really like this girl. He does say
I
that.
really like this girl. And this silly bet thing has to stop. And then Laney's like, bet? And he's like, yeah, Laney, it was so stupid. He bet me that he couldn't turn you into prom queen.
This man is sick.
And you know what, Zach? I've had enough. This is so over. This is ridiculous. And then Laney's like, shell-shocked. She's like, a bet?
Am I a bet? Am I a fucking bet?
And then... Poor Zach. He's like, he ain't seen that coming.
So, yeah.
He's like, so taken aback. And he's literally just standing there and he has nothing else to say but like, yes.
I think that's my favorant part. He's like, yes. I don't know, I like the way he acts and he's just like, yes. He's like, I don't want to admit it, but like.
He's like, he doesn't want to admit it. Because like, Dean's literally only telling a partial.
Partial list? Am I saying word?
But I said partial. He's only telling a partial truth.
Yeah.
But he's still telling the truth. And he's like, he should have been like, yeah, that's true. But like, Dean was in on the bet too.
I like how he doesn't say that, or like, I like how he just says yes.
He's like, yes, it's true.
I like he doesn't be like, but
like, he's making it sound different than what it really is.
Right. And he's making it seem like he's the good guy.
He's like innocent in this. But I'm really the good one in this. But anywho. So, he's like, yeah, it's true. And then here come Taylor Vaughn to throw icing on the cake. And then she was like, oh, you didn't actually think that you were like really popular, did you? And she's like, oh, you did. How sweet.
How sweet, you dumb.
And then, that's kind of like the end of it. Does Laney run off?
Yeah, she runs off.
She runs off, and then Dean like looks at Zach and like has this like very malicious smirk,
right?
And then runs after Laney.
So
what a hater! Oh my god!
So let's say I said that night, but maybe they're like getting it together Friday or Thursday, but like soon after this reveal is prom.
Oh yeah.
So if it's not that night, it's like the day.
It's like the weekend, probably.
Yeah, that weekend.
Like Friday.
Still, he didn't ask her.
Still did. I thought we were going together. Since when, dude? You haven't
so
called.
Stupid. You haven't talked to me. You don't look in my direction.
Like what? It's like 2 days before prom.
Yes. So it is a night of prom. Zach is at home. He's in his tux, and he's still trying to call Laney to apologize, to make things up to her. Simon answers the phone. He's basically like, "Go away, you asshole.
Stop calling here.
Stop calling here." And then we see Laney downstairs. She's working on art once again, the painting of her mother. And I think, and her dad goes down to talk to her.
I would like to point out, did you look at the painting?
No.
She painted a clown face on her mother. She paints a clown face on her mother.
Fast
I
forward to
know.
that. No. What?
Yes. Either the writer, M. Night Shyamalan, or the director, somebody has a clown fetish here. Because there's literally a clown face on her mother.
No way.
We are about to see.
What if that's just like what the teacher likes? She's like,
Like,
"Oh my God, a clown."
literally, it's like, oh, clowns.
Okay, we're here to confirm people. It is a sad.
It is
clown
a
face.
sound clad face. She's painted on her mother.
You said a sound clad face. It
A
is a
sad
sad
clown
clown face.
face.
It's like blue. That is so weird.
Isn't that so weird?
Why is everyone to clowns?
I don't know. Let's
It's
keep
kind of
going.
it's almost
I'll get
unoriginal.
enraged.
How is this worse than the other thing she did?
How is this better?
Better. Sorry. How is this better than that other thing
I
she
think
did?
she did. I don't know.
So she's downstairs working her art of her mother in a clown face. And her dad goes down to talk to her, and he's basically like, "You know, I know that you and your brother help out a lot, and I really appreciate it, but I feel like it's been lost
On who's the head of
the
the household here,
and that
who's the parent and who's the kid.
and you need to be more of a child and have fun, and I think you should go to prom."
So,
So
and then he's basically like, "There's a handsome young man, waiting for you upstairs."
you know what pisses me off
What?
is her daddy is the most like, where is
Oblivious.
he?
Oblivious.
Because how do you not know that the boy that's upstairs is not the boy
that you've
that's
been
been
seeing
coming around
in and out the house.
Where have
I
you
guess he's
been?
like not asking questions. He's minding his business. He must be like, all right, it didn't work out with him, so now she got a new one.
But there's a guy upstairs. What? Of course she's gonna think like the guy's
Guy.
taking it. He's like, there's some guy upstairs that's gonna take you to prom.
He's like in a tux and he looks really handsome.
No
He's ready to
questions
take you to
asked.
prom. And then she's like all like
of course,
excited inside because she thinks it's Zach. And then we go upstairs and it's freaking Dean.
Ugh, freaking Dean.
So she goes upstairs. She sees that it's Dean. She's a little bit upset. And then he puts on his like charm and charisma again. And then he says something to the effect of, you know, figured I tried to see
Right.
if you wanted to go. Like, I understand about
convincing
the
lie,
bed. I'm
right.
sorry. But if you're still down, I'm here. We can go. And so she puts on her dress. She gets her hair done and she goes to prom with Dean.
There's no way that she put that outfit together. That hair.
There's no way she did that hair in like... First of all, she's incapable of doing
Yes.
it. But then, like, and then a matter of minutes, like, be for real. But she still looks cute. She has, like, on this cute little black dress. And then we cut to Taylor Vaughn. She's sitting at her house.
Oh yeah.
In her dress with her arms folded, waiting on Zach to come pick her up. But Zach don't never pick her up because Zach is going to prom with his little sister Mackenzie. How
Cute.
adorable!
And she looks
It's
so.
actually weird. I don't like that. I
It's
thought it
okay.
was weird.
I like what the gown she's wearing. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very proper.
It's like ball gowny.
It's
like
like
a
a very-
Cinderella dress.
Yeah. And then we're at prom, and this is where Katie is talking to her date Preston, and she's like, "Did you know about this whole bet thing?" And this is where we learn that Katie was the one that nominated
Nominated her.
Laney.
How sweet.
Not Zach.
Not Zach's. Not the Zach attack. So Katie's there, you know, Jesse's there, Mackenzie's there, Zach's there, Taylor's there. Everybody's there. Everybody's at prom.
Before we get, kicking with the drama, there is a choreographed dance
number.
that breaks out, and I love it. Right about now, why the funk so rubber? Check it out now. Why the funk? This is the only time that I really like, because they acknowledge the fact like
That
they've been
it's
practicing.
And it's funny that you say that because when the movie was being filmed or whatever, apparently Harvey Weinstein was like a producer to this movie or something.
wow, he's such a
And he wanted to take it out because he was like, this is random. Like, why are they randomly dancing? And why does
I agree.
everybody know the choreography? And then they didn't want to take it out. So then that's when they introduced like Usher. They were like, okay, we need to bring Usher back and make him do more scenes. I don't think he was in that many.
Oh.
And then they were like, we need to bring him back, make him do more scenes, and then have him introduce the dance number. Because in the film, Usher is like, you remember that dance that I taught you guys? All right, now we're going to do it.
Yes.
So
And they do an amazing dance. It's really fun, and I really want to learn it.
And then I also read that the black guy, Preston, black guy, he was really upset that he couldn't be in it because apparently he knows how to tap dance. And he was really upset he wasn't allowed to be
right, because the only person
who's in it is Taylor, which is weird.
Yeah. I'm assuming she's the only person that probably could dance decently.
But the guy could dance too. Yeah. I feel like whoever wanted to be in it should have been in it.
Oh, he's like, I can tap dance. I don't want to shit. Everyone's like, no. No one wants to see that.
You can't put your freaking tap shoes on.
Yes. What happens? Oh, and while that's going on, we see some, prom magic happen. Jesse and Mac, they run into each other and they seem to hit it off. And
yes. He's like, hi, my name is Jesse, and I'm a loser. And
no.
What is he?
My name is Jesse, and I can't dance.
Oh, whatever.
And she says, my name is Mac, and I go to school with 500 girls.
Chicks.
And I was like, I wrote, she's going to eat him alive. She's going to.
She is.
She is going to run that boy into the ground.
She is. Poor thing. He doesn't know what he has coming. And then eventually Taylor finds Zach, and she's like, I forgive you. And then he's like, what? And then she's like, for leaving me and standing me up, I forgive you. Let's dance. And he's like, I don't even like you.
Yes. And while this whole time, Laney's there with Dean and they're like having their fun. And Zach seems like he's trying to like talk to Laney, but he's not really getting like the opportunity. And it's just,
because she's too busy with Dean.
Mm-hmm. And now he has to entertain Taylor. Laney and Dean had just finished one of their dances, and Laney walks off for a little bit, and her art teacher comes up to her and tells her that her painting of her mother was the most moving artwork that she's seen from her all year. So much that she had faxed her thoughts to some of the art schools of her choices, and she's basically saying that she's really happy that Laney finally opened up, and whatever got her there, she should keep pursuing because it's doing great. And at this point, she looks over to Zach, because he's the thing that got her to open up more in life and tap into that artistry that is deep inside her.
First of all, if all she had to do was draw a picture of a clown for you to write a recommendation for her to go to art school, she would have been did that. What is this woman's fetish about clowns? Was the assignment clowns?
Maybe the lady's like really into popularity, and she's like, I see that you're popular now. I told everyone that you're a great artist. And
she literally was just like, hey, Laney, if you draw a clown, you're in. I can write a recommendation to whatever art school. What is up with the clown?
What is up with the clown?
Why? Oh my goodness, clown, beautiful.
I would, if I was her, I would think this is plagiarism. I'm like, okay, class, everyone's doing too many clowns. I don't know what's going on, but let that shit go.
Literally,
let it go. So after that, in the men's bathroom, Dean is boasting about his plan to seduce Laney that night. That he's got a hotel room that he paid $300 for, which I looked up in today's time is like $569. $569. And which is a lot for one night, but he's rich, so whatever. And he's basically like, I plan on sleeping with Laney tonight. And he leaves the bathroom. And Jesse, Laney's best friend, was also in there. And he overheard it. So then he goes to Mac. And they rush off to Zach to warn him about, what's his name? Dean's plan.
I don't know why they just didn't tell Laney.
Right.
He's like, I must tell Zach. What is Zach going to do?
Punch somebody? I don't know.
This is dumb.
They needed a white savior.
Did we announce prom queen and king yet?
No, I guess I didn't. No.
So before all that happens, it's a time. It's time.
Yeah.
The moment we've all been waiting for to announce the class of 1999. Prom queen and king. So of course, Zach is selected. Easy peasy.
No competition.
Zero.
He's hot. He's smart.
He's prom
very
king.
hot.
And then now it's time to go on to prom queen. And in the closest race of high school, whatever high school they go to, history. 46% to 54%. I don't think that's that close.
What? It's almost half and half.
I think they should have said 48 to 42.
48 to 42.
But it's I don't even think he says 46 to 54. I want to say he says 42 to 58. Anywho, it wasn't close enough to me. But he says the closest race in their high school history, your 1999 prom queen is
Laney. No, it's not Laney.
Are you serious right now?
I'm just joking.
I was like, did you watch the movie?
I did.
Taylor Bond.
What?
Boo, boo. This is my one caveat in this film.
I mean, come on.
She should have won.
For someone who became popular in 6 weeks, come on.
I mean, yeah,
that was a lot of work. If she'd have won, that'd have been crazy.
It would have been. It would have been.
I
would have loved it. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
You know what should have happened? I never liked how she finds out about the bet. It seems so like...
Could have been bigger.
Yeah, it seemed like too simple. What should have happened was she should have won prom queen.
Oh.
And at this point, she still doesn't know about the bet.
Yeah.
She should have won prom queen. She shouldn't have gone to Dean. She should have won with Zach. They both would have won. They would have did a little dance or something like that. And then somehow Dean would have told her.
That's 10 things I hate about you.
At prom. I know. I know.
That's 10 things I hate about you.
And that's where 10 things I hate about you got it right.
Maybe they changed it as like, this is literally 10 things I hate about you.
Yeah, this is too similar to 10 things I hate about you. But whatever. So, yeah, she doesn't win prom queen. Dean's like, do you want to get out of here? And she was like, Laney's like, yes, I do.
Also, she's not bothered by it. She's like, I think the right girl won.
Yeah, he's like, Dean's like, I think that should have been you up there. Laney says, the right girl won. He's like, do you want to get out of here? And she's like, yes, I do. Please, let's go. So they go. Then cut to, this is now where Jesse tries to inform Zach that Dean has ill intentions on taking Laney to a hotel to have sex with her. I don't know why he thought he was going to get anything out of her.
I don't.
Like, be for real.
I think he thought she had
loosened up to him.
No, less self-esteem than she did. She has a lot of self-esteem. She's very sure of herself.
She is. That one thing she is. Sure of herself. So, Jesse ultimately tells Zach, the news while he is giving his acceptance speech. And Zach, hops off the stage, ignores Taylor completely, and makes a run for it.
What I love is that she gives a speech about how, thank you for everyone who voted for me. And if you did not vote for me, what were you thinking?
What were you thinking? What were you doing?
And the principal cuts the mic so no one can hear.
Yeah, he turns the mic off.
Hilarious.
So Zach makes a run for it. He's got to go get his girl. He's in the car. He's calling hotels. He's like, is a Dean Sampson registered in a room 306 at your hotel? You can't give out that kind of information.
Yeah,
so
anyways.
He's not really having any luck.
So then we see Laney arriving home, and she walks into the living room, and she sees Zach is there, which is so cute.
Well, no, she sees her dad first.
Yeah, she's her dad.
And her dad's like, how was it? Yada, yada, yada. And she was like, it was cool. And she's like, I'm glad I went. Not really divulging all the information. And then he's like, well, good night. Does he say there's another guy waiting for you? No,
she's like, good night. He's like, come in here for a second.
Oh, and so she goes into the living room, and then she sees Zach standing there.
All
her dad must be like, what the hell? He's like, he must be like, you've dated nobody, and like now all of a sudden you have like men like fiending for you,
right? He's like, I don't know who these men, I don't know who these boys
guys are that keep on knocking on our door for you. But she enters the living room and she sees Zach standing there, looking handsome and pitiful. And then she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, Jesse told me what Dean was up to, and, I tried to, get to you, but I couldn't. And then Laney's like, I found out just a little bit too late, that's all. But
just a little later.
Just a little later.
And she says she used a foghorn that she
keeps in her
purse, and she put it against his ear, and she hopes that he doesn't have
permanent eardrum damage.
So Laney and Zach take their conversation outside by the pool, and there Zach tells her he made the bet before he knew her, and he confesses his true feelings to her. That I think he also calls her his best friend. And
yeah. And he was like, I didn't just lose this bet, I lost my best friend.
Yes.
So sweet.
Yes. And then Zach asks Laney for the last dance.
And she says, no, you can't have the last dance. You can have the first.
Oh, and so they share a dance and a kiss.
And then the dad, he turns on they're outside by the pool. I don't know if he said that.
I said that.
So then the dad turns on the lights, and then the lights light up, and it's a beautiful scene.
Gorgeous.
And the dad looks from the window and then turns around and walks away, and then they share a kiss, and then she says that she feels like freaking Julia Roberts in Pretty Women.
Minus the whole
the whole prostitute part.
thing.
I don't understand the point of that line. That line is so random. I feel just like Julia Roberts.
She feels like pretty. What's wrong with that?
It was just so random. Why are you saying that wasn't random to you?
No, I just feel like a girl in a movie. I feel like you swept me off my feet.
I feel like pretty. I feel such like Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman. Like what? What are you talking
I'm just
about?
surprised she's seen it.
Like not. I just feel like she could have just said like, oh, I feel like a princess, but I feel like Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman.
I don't know.
Like, of all the movies, of all the things,
I feel like maybe that was just a popular.
She could at least even said, I feel like the chick from My Fair Lady. That would have made more sense.
I feel like that was a popular movie around the time.
Whatever. I thought it was weird to say and incredibly random, but whatever.
Also during this, Zach mentions that he plans to go to maybe a performing arts school,
which is so stupid.
So random.
Like, why would you do that?
He can do whatever he wants. He's so smart. I mean, might as well challenge himself. He's so smart. Might as well do something hard.
But why? That's not your
rich.
genre. That's not your zhizh.
He's giving it a go.
You're only doing it to follow her.
I don't know. I feel like he wasn't interested in any of like.
I mean, yeah, he was.
So maybe he's just like, this is the first thing I'm interested about, and I'm excited about it. So maybe this is what I need to do.
Maybe. And yeah, he tells her he might go to a performing arts school, meaning he's gonna follow her wherever she goes.
Yes, hopefully. And then Laney asks Zach about the bet, and
he's like, "Oh, you'll see."
She's like, "What were the terms?" He's like, "You know what? I never back out of a bet, and
so
you'll see."
Cut to. We're at graduation
Woo!
day. Woohoo! We see everybody. You know, we've been seeing this entire film.
We see
Taylor Vaughn's in the back smoking a cigarette. She looks pissed. Dean is, half deaf.
Yes, he can't hear them calling his name.
And then
from that foghorn.
When it gets to Zach's turn, to be called to receive his diploma, we see Zach, and he is sitting there with all of his cords and his accolades, and he's also naked. And he has a soccer ball covering his, private parts. So then they call him up, he goes up, and then he receives his diploma, and he throws the soccer ball to Laney.
Aww.
That's so freaking cute!
That is so cute. Also,
that's adorable. And she catches it. She catches the soccer ball that was touching his penis.
Not touching his penis. It is a very cute romantic. Also, I'm like, does he not get I know, suspended? Does he still get his diploma?
How is he?
What kind of high school is this?
How does he still get his diploma? He should really have ruined all of his chances, even if he wanted to go to Dartmouth. Ruined all of his chances of going to any Ivy League doing that stunt.
How was he able to sit there naked the whole time?
I don't understand.
I don't know. California, I don't know.
How is he allowed to show up there naked?
I guess LA, I don't know. They have different rules out there.
They have different rules.
If we clap too hard at graduation, they're like, you're not getting your diploma.
Too bad.
Too bad. Your family made a lot of noise.
We don't like it. But... And that's it. That's how the film ends.
Yes.
She catches this little soccer ball, and I would like to hope that they stay together forever. You know what we failed to mention? There is a sequel to this movie where the genders swap that is on Netflix. It's called He's All That.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. We did not fail to mention that. Don't watch it.
It came out in 2021.
It's got that girl Addison Rae in it, huh?
In it. I think she plays the mom.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
You know that girl who was really popular on
Addison
TikTok?
Rae.
Yeah, she's the main chick, I think.
Yeah, she's not an actor.
Yeah, she's not. I wouldn't. I never said she was.
I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I don't think I will. The only reason why I would want to watch it because I want to know if her character Laney
is still with.
Is dad Freddie Prinze Jr. I feel like it's not. But I
no, because he's too big for this.
I mean, but he could still be the dad, but him not being. The movie. You'd be like, oh, your dad's in art, getting his master's in art, or teaching an art class in Europe or something.
I don't know if I like the whole bet thing turned onto boys.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I guess I don't like the idea of turning a boy into super cool.
Why?
I don't know. I just maybe because I've never seen it, so I'm just like, this is impossible. It can't be done.
Not it's impossible.
It can't be done.
It simply cannot be done.
It cannot be done, love. But maybe I'll watch this beautiful He's All That and us.
I don't know if I'll watch it. I'll probably just read the synopsis to see who the daddy is.
Okay.
That's all I care about.
Oh, Jesus.
My door just closed on its own. But it's because the AC
turned on.
Okay.
All right.
I've got a game to get to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Go Tiger. Go Saints.
Nope. There we go.
Go Cheer Squad.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
All
Don't
right.
forget to like,
Oh,
subscribe, rate, review, comment, even if it's a bad comment.
Yes, follow us on Instagram at Please Don't Spoil the Movie. Follow us on TikTok at Please Don't Spoil. Follow us on Facebook at Please Don't Spoil the Movie. Follow us just about anywhere at Please Don't Spoil the Movie. Download, like, subscribe, leave a review. Do
you
it.
know the dealio. Goodbye.
Adios.